Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another Wednesday night movie live stream. And hey, I haven't muted myself again. Hope you're all doing well, and welcome to the stream. So yeah, tonight I'm joined as always by Andy from Forgotten World of Movies.
Hey everyone.
Mike from Cinema Axeman.
Hello.
And our special guest tonight, Scott The Movie Critic.
Hello, everyone.
Thanks for joining, Scott. It's great to have you back on the stream. It's been a little while. Hope you're keeping well.
Yeah, doing very well. Thank you, Pete, and thank you for having me on again tonight. Really do appreciate it, as always.
It's always a joy to have you on, mate. You've been much missed. Unfortunately, Nige can't make it tonight, but I will pop the link in the comments a little bit later on if you guys want to come and join in on the stream. But before we get into the comments, as always, what are some of the films that you've watched over the past week? Do you want to go first, Scott?
Yeah, sure. So as it's been Halloween, I've watched quite a few horror films recently, obviously. I watched Don't Go in a House, which is Video Nasty. Really enjoyed that. Really cool concept, and yeah, just really enjoyed the story. I watched Smile for the first time, which I actually really enjoyed, to be fair. Thought it was a really solid horror film. Didn't like the ending though, thought the ending was a bit weird, but apart from that I really did enjoy it. And yesterday I watched 3 horror films for Halloween. I watched Trick or Treat for the first time. Really great horror anthology film from late 2000s. Really had a great time watching that one. And I also watched Halloween 3 Season of the Witch for the first time as well. Absolutely loved it. Thought the kills were awesome. Got some great practical effects in there. The score was brilliant. It's probably my favourite Halloween film, to be fair. Really enjoyed that one. And finally finished off with my favourite film of all time, the original Dawn of the Dead, which was as great as ever. Loved it.
Oh, wow. Brilliant selection of stuff there. So it was the first time you watched Trick or Treat. Is that the one from the mid-2000s?
Yes, it is. And brilliant film. Really did have a good time watching that one. Just captures a Halloween feel.
Oh, fantastic to hear. And it was your first time watching Season of the Witch, and you liked that as well?
Yeah, really loved that one. Thought it was really fun and entertaining.
Certainly a little bit different from the traditional Halloween films, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. But I thought it really worked for the most part, to be fair. I liked the different sort of unique style it adds to it. Really enjoyed it.
What about the theme song, Happy Happy Halloween?
It's catchy, but it isn't quite when it's played throughout in nearly
Are we going to get a Scott rendition of
it? Happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy Halloween.
Brilliant. Oh, wow. Fantastic selection of watches there, Scott, and thanks for your wonderful rendition of that classic song.
No worries, Pete.
What about you, Mike? What have you been watching recently?
Honestly, it's quite similar to Scott, really. So last night I watched Trick or Treat and Halloween 3 as well. I always watch them at Halloween. And yeah, it's been a lot of horror rewatches. So I watched Salem's Lot at the weekend, Fright Night Part 1 and 2, Return of the Living Dead, Zombie Flesh Eaters. Yeah, just a lot of rewatches, really. Nothing new, just a lot of great horror movies that I love.
Oh, really great stuff there. I know Fright Night one is absolutely brilliant, but what's the second one like? I haven't seen that one.
I like it. It's a really solid sequel. It's not as good as the first one, but as a sequel, it's very good.
Oh, brilliant to hear. Does the main character come back and Roddy McDowall?
Yeah, they're the only two that come back, but they're still really good in it.
Oh, that's great to hear. I'll have to check that one out. Brilliant selection of watches there, Mike.
Oh, thanks.
And what about you, Andy? What have you been watching recently?
So Sunday I watched Trick or Treat, Hocus Pocus, Creep Show, and I also watched the 60s Batman movie.
Really?
I hadn't seen that in ages, so I was like, yeah, I'll give that a watch. Monday night I watched the David Gordon Green trilogy.
Oh.
Back to back, and last night I watched Halloween 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, fantastic stuff. Yeah, I'm going to gather you're a big fan of Halloween 3 Season of the Witch as well?
Yeah, I never used to be, but I like it more and more each time I watch it. I just like it all the more. It's just got a creepy premise, and
Oh, that's good.
I just love that film.
Ah. So what about Trick or Treat? Is that one of your favourite anthologies?
Yeah, it's definitely a go-to for Halloween. It just oozes the vibe of the season. Yeah, it's just a great. It's not even that long as well. I think it's less than an hour and 20 minutes. It's like
That's
really
quite short
short, but
film.
it's really good, really fun. Yeah.
Oh, that's. I've noticed in like this community, Trick or Treat is one of those ones that a lot of people do watch over the Halloween period. Never heard of it before. Like a lot of people recommended it, but it's great to see you guys all enjoyed it. You watched anything else recently, Andy?
No, apart from that, I've just been watching episodes of Friends.
I was going to say, how you been watching Friends? Very sad
Yeah.
news the other day.
Yeah, but funnily enough, I started watching them before Matthew Perry's death got announced, and it was like I was up to about season 3, and then at the weekend we got the news, and I was gutted.
Yeah, it was a shock when I saw it. I was like, really? No age at all, and like so soon after trying to get his career back on track as well. Very sad news.
Yeah, definitely very sad.
Yeah, the amount of love I've seen for him was quite shocking. I never thought there was the huge amount of love for him, but the comments, the articles, unbelievable. But when you think about it, Friends has been going for like over 10 years. It was a cultural phenomenon, and like people still watch it all the time now. So yeah, it's very sad news. Very sad news indeed. As for me, what have I been watching? I actually do have Letterboxd here to actually see what I've watched. I watched Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning. Less said about that one, the better. Did not like it at all. The new Tommy Jarvis, he looked more like Howard Jones. He was gormless. I did not like him at all. The choice was pretty good, but I knew it was coming straight away. I did, and whilst I had a couple of good kills, it felt very boring. Friday Part 6, Jason Lives, absolutely loved it. My favorite of the series so far. So much fun, great soundtrack, some really iconic moments in it, some great kills, and probably the best Jason so far. Right, the homework movie of the week was Dawn of the Dead, Scott's favourite, and I did watch that. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Thought it was a brilliant film. Great characters, really creepy setting, and definitely see how it's so influential to everybody. All the horror films and horror games, what they take from that. I think I have seen the remake. It's a Zack Snyder remake, if I'm not mistaken. I think I have seen that a few years ago as well. The other homework film was New Nightmare, and I watched that as well. Loved it. Thought it was a really clever film. You can definitely see how it influenced Scream. Great to see all the old cast back together as well. Whilst I thought it kind of dipped in the middle, I still had a thoroughly entertaining time, and it made up for the pretty bad 5 and 6 Nightmare films. Watch Friday Part 7, The New Blood. That was fine. Nothing special. Carrie meets Friday the 13th. Felt like two separate films going along against each other, but had some cool kills in it, especially the sleeping bag one. But yeah,
that's
not
a good
one
kill, that definitely.
It is. It's not one I definitely would go back to, but still better than 5, which is not saying much. I watched Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Whilst it's more like a little stroll through Manhattan more than anything, it is a really fun, entertaining film. I like how it takes part on a boat the majority of the time, which is secluded, so it adds to the tension. When he does go to Manhattan, it's much more fun, but would have been nice if we had a bit more of Jason in Manhattan. And the final film I watched is the other film that was a part of the homework film, and that was Psycho 3. And I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really solid follow-up to the second one. Thought it was going to take a massive dip, but no, it was a little bit worse than 2, but still very entertaining. Time and Anthony Perkins was brilliant in it. So I'm looking forward to checking out the fourth one.
I actually really liked the fourth one, to be fair. I thought it was really entertaining.
Is that the one where he recounts his childhood?
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, I'll have to check that one out. Did you, because there's 2 discs, 2 different aspect ratios. Which one did you watch, Anne?
I think I watched the I can't remember if it was the one with back bars at the side, but I can't remember what the other version was, to be fair.
But I'm looking forward to checking that one out as well. Definitely seems to be a very consistent series, the Psycho series does.
Yeah, definitely, I agree.
So for the homework movie of this week, we have 3 films. We have Gorilla Killer, The Crow, and Ginger Snaps.
Oh.
So there are 3 random films that I've picked out. So never seen them before. So which one should I watch out of those 3 films? Scott?
Well, I haven't seen Ginger Snaps before, so I won't say that one just because I'm not too sure what it's like. But I think I'm going to choose Gorilla Killer. I do prefer The Crow overall as a film, but I think I'm more interested to hear your thoughts on Gorilla Killer, to be fair, so I'm going to go for that one.
Brilliant. Mike?
I'm probably going to go with The Crow. It's the only one of the 3 I probably like.
Great stuff. And Andy, what about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with The Crow. That's movie's kind of like a masterpiece for me. I just think it's great.
Oh, wow.
The other-
Fantastic stuff.
The other 2 are all right. Like Ginger Snaps is entertaining, it's fun, but Driller Killer is just fucking horrible. It's just
I've heard it's quite brutal.
it's like if someone put a headache and recorded it. That's
Really?
well, it's kind of like, yeah, it's nauseating, that film.
Wow.
The band in it is fucking awful and they sound terrible, and the drill bits are just gory as fuck, and it's you've got to be in a bad headspace to enjoy that film, I think.
Oh. Well, it sounds
To
like...
be fair, a band of absolute shite, to be fair, I do agree with that.
I know the front cover of the Blu-ray for a time was the drill going in somebody's head, and I thought, oh, that's gory.
The effects are
that is
good.
a brutal scene, to be fair.
Oh, wow. So the winner so far is The Crow. I'll put all the options in a little poll tomorrow, so everybody can pick which one I should watch. And hey, you never know, I might watch all 3 again. There's the first time I've actually watched all 3 homework films, so that was quite fun. And before we get into the comments, Scott, hey, you got a stream on Friday night? Do you want to promote it to everybody watching at home?
Yeah, sure. So Friday night live stream will start at 8 PM. Andy, Keith, and Nigel will be joining. And the special guest for this week is going to be Kieran, Film Review Cinema Central. First time he's been on the channel, so it's going to be great to have him on. Spoke to him once on Mike's channel, and he seemed like a really nice guy, to be fair. So yeah, I'm looking forward to having him on.
Oh, wow, fantastic news. So be sure to check out Scott's stream on Friday night and go and subscribe to everybody's channel. That all links are in the comment section down below or description down below. They've all got wonderful channels. So without...
Cheers, Pete.
No worries. So without further ado, let's get into the comments. And I will drop the link to the stream, so if anybody'd like to join, you are more than welcome to. So first up, we have Minhalju here saying, hey Pete and everyone, feels like it's been far too long since we've had the last live stream. It's only been 7 days, mate. Hope you're all wonderful people are well. I look forward to the stream. It's always a pleasure to be here, and it's always a pleasure to see you here, mate. With so much fun and laughter to be had. I've just seen Five Nights at Frederick's. I'll call it Frederick's, but it's Freddy's film. Has anyone seen it? My, I thought such a great film and went into it blindfolded, not knowing, no knowledge of the games whatsoever. And wow, you're in for a tweet treat. So that's good. So, Five Nights at Freddy came out last week, and it's been a massive success in the box office, raking in 80 million. Did not expect it to do that. I've seen the trailer at cinemas, and it does look pretty good. I mainly want to see it because Matthew Lillard, but considering it's done quite well, I wouldn't mind watching it. I've never played any of the games, but I've been too scared to play them because the jump scares look horrific. But I'm going to try one of the games and maybe watch the film as well, as it's streaming on Peacock. What about you, Scott?
Yeah, I'm kind of interested in seeing the film, to be fair, but I have seen a lot of people give it some bad reviews recently as well, so that sort of put me off a little bit, but I would like to make my own mind up on it, to be fair.
Yeah, I think if you're a fan of the games and you know the lore, you'll probably get more out of it. But
Yeah.
I've heard from the fans they seem to enjoy it, but as a casual viewer, it could be entertaining.
Yeah, definitely, I agree with that.
Yeah. What about you, Mike?
I mean, honestly, I didn't even know really what Five Nights at Freddy's was until very recently. So, yeah, like my knowledge of this film is not that great. I haven't even seen a trailer for it. I'll probably check it out at some point, but I'm not really in a rush.
Yeah. Okay. And what about you, Andy?
I'm kind of the same. I'll get round to it, but I'm probably not going to go out my way just yet.
Yeah, definitely. And we have been, how do you say, there's an unexpected twist? Well, thank you very much. Yeah, we'll probably leave those ones, mate, because it's a bit of a spoilery. We got Mark Greer here saying, sorry, Pete, as it's November, I can't watch you. Enjoy the stream. Okay. Well, I hope you have a nice November, mate. We have Mike here saying, Pete, Andy, Mike, Axeman, Nige, Scott. Hey, Mike. Hope you're doing well, mate.
Right.
Be sure to check out Mike's channel tomorrow. He's doing his final stream for a little while. So be sure to check it out. I think it's going to be quite a lengthy stream tomorrow night, going on to about midnight. So definitely get over to Mike's channel and support it. Are you guys going to be on?
I'm on from 10 till midnight, I believe. So yeah, but I'm looking forward to it as always.
Brilliant. What about you, Andy and Mike?
I'm on same time as Scott.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, great stuff. And Mike, you on?
I'm not on it, no. But I'll tune in for it.
Yeah, I'm going out tomorrow night, so I won't be able to make it, but I will be watching it on replay, and I hope you guys have a great stream.
Cheers, Pete.
We've got Danny here saying, hi, how is everyone doing? I'm good. Hey, Danny, mate. I hope you're doing well, my friend.
Hello, Danny.
I've got Mike saying, hope you're doing well, fellas. Hope you're doing well, Mike. Anyhow. Okay, I'm just trying to work that one out, but thank you very much, Minhalju. Anyway, also, guys, have you heard of the news about Chucky and M3 Gun, or Megan, and Chucky are getting a crossover into both films that are under the same studio, Universal? It's been teased. No, thank you. I've had enough of Chucky as is. Leave Megan as it is. I haven't seen it yet, but it sounds like it's a pretty solid film. After watching the TV show, leave Chucky out of it. What about you, Scott? Yeah,
completely agree with everything you just said there, Pete. Megan is actually a pretty good film, to be fair. I did have a good time with that one, but the thought of them being crossover in the films does not sound good at all to me, to be honest.
Yeah, I would imagine it's two tonally different sort of films as well, with Chucky being like proper 18 rated and Megan sort of being like a family teenage sort of film.
Yeah, definitely.
Great stuff. What about you, Mike?
I mean, is it April Fool's Day? I mean, there's no way that can be true. If it is, it's the worst idea.
It just sounds like fan fiction at its finest, but I have heard rumours that it could be happening. I hope not.
Wow.
I was sort of caught off guard with that comment as well, to be fair.
I think because the Child's Play series has been going up and down, they'll do anything to try and revive it again. What about you, Andy? Would you like to see this happening?
I'd go as far to say as I hate the idea of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just no, not for me.
Yeah. He says it's circulating around the internet. Well, we've circulated it a little bit more tonight. We've got Sai here saying, evening all. Evening, Sai. Hope you're well. Thanks for joining.
Hello, Si.
I think if this is the case, the third installment may be a crossover film that will involve Chucky and Megan facing off and scrapping. No. Just no. Don't think it's
Sounds
needed.
awful.
Yeah.
Let Chucky have his little TV show and leave him there. Minhaji says, is anyone looking forward to the trailer coming out tomorrow for the new Planet of the Apes film? 20th Century Fox teased a trailer to the trailer for tomorrow. Yeah, teaser trailer popped up today, and all it does is show one of the apes. Doesn't reveal nothing at all, but the apes do look pretty good. The CGI does look very impressive. It's going to be a Disney Plus only film. I'm intrigued. I like the other ones, but I'm not going to have high hopes for it. What about you, Scott?
I didn't even know there was a teaser trailer for it, to be honest. But I do like the Planet of the Apes films. Yeah, well, I'll give it a go.
Brilliant stuff. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I didn't know the trailer was coming out, but I'll check it out because I do want to see this movie. But I'm a little bit disappointed to hear that it's a Disney Plus movie only. I was hoping to see that in the cinema.
It is a shame, especially after the other three ones. I mean, it could be signed to its quality, but then you get stuff like Prey, which would have been amazing to see on the big screen. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I thought it was quite a while off yet. I thought it was coming out next August, but probably it's coming a little bit sooner than we think. And what about you, Andy?
Yeah, I'll check it out. I like the series as a whole. The one I really don't like is the Tim Burton one.
Yeah, I agree there. We've got Jake here saying Jake talks movies and horror, saying evening everyone. Evening, Jake. Hope you're doing well.
Hey, Jake.
Hello, Jake.
We've got Sai here saying, has anyone seen The Exorcist Believer yet? What a massive pile of excrement, poor dialogue and storyline. I haven't seen it yet, but it is hit on streaming, so I may check it out, but I'm still recovering after Exorcist 2. I am. After being invited to fly on a massive whatever it is to go and meet James Earl Jones, flying locusts to James Earl Jones, I think I'm going to leave the Exorcist series for a little while yet. Yeah, the review's coming. I just got to be mentally prepared to do it. It was a draining experience. So what about you, Scott? Gonna watch Exorcist Believer?
I probably will watch it at some point, but I've only seen the first film, so I do need to get around to watching the rest of the series as well. And once I've done Exorcist Believer as well.
Skip 2, watch 3.
Yeah, I probably will skip 2, to be fair. I've heard it's absolute dog shit, to be fair.
Oh, it just drains you, it does. The music is awful. What a waste. It is.
I think the third one's actually really good, though, to be fair.
The third one is pretty good. Yeah, definitely well worth watching. It's on Arrow, it is, so definitely pick up the 2-disc set.
Awesome.
What about you, Mike?
No, I haven't watched it yet. I will check it out, but I'm kind of dreading it just because of all the bad reviews for it. I'm hoping I'll be pleasantly surprised by it, but I don't know. I'm not sure.
I think it'll just be like those standard Blumhouse sort of films. Nothing much special, but it is open. And what about you, Andy?
Yeah, I don't know. I wanted to go and see it, but the mixed reviews have really put me off. I'll check it out eventually, but yeah, just not in a rush. Kind of like Five Nights at Freddy's, just not in a rush.
Yep, definitely so. Just give us a second. Right. We have Sinjin here saying, evening, guys. Hope you all had a great Halloween yesterday. Thanks ever so much, Sinjin. So, yeah, what did we get up to yesterday for Halloween? Scott, what did you do for Halloween?
Be fair, just with basically the 3 Halloween films I watched, and also done a couple of horror-related videos on YouTube as well.
Yeah, they were great videos as well. I saw your little review for Halloween 3. That was nice to see.
Awesome.
What about you, Scott? What did you do for Halloween?
Yeah, I don't know.
Thank you, Pete. Really appreciate that.
What about you, Mike? Did anything nice for Halloween?
Not really, no. I just I worked from home, but I was listening to John Carpenter music all day just to get me in the mood to Halloween, and then in the evening, yeah, I just watched Halloween Free and Trick or Treat.
Oh, brilliant stuff. What about you, Andy?
Yeah, after work, I watched Halloween 1, 2, and 3 back to back.
Great stuff. For me, I watched Psycho 3 and also just played a couple of horror video games, Dead Island 2, which was pretty fun. We have Carlos here, Eastwood for Life fan, saying, "Hi Pete, Scott, Andy and Mike. Horror movies for another month then. Christmas movies for December."
Hello, Carlos.
Hey, Carlos.
Hey, Carlos.
Yeah, it seems like, wow, we've already heard Christmas songs already playing, so that wouldn't surprise me. Wait a minute. We are having some issues here behind the scenes, technical issues, so I've just got to sort them out. But we do have Edward here saying, "Evening, everyone. Hope you're well. What's your thoughts on the Whoniverse in iPlayer?" So what is all this going on with Doctor Who? I am not sure. I know they've chucked everything on the BBC iPlayer. Doctor Who's always been about on like either, what is it now, BritBox or iPlayer. Not too fussed about it. The new series is coming out later this month, and we're also getting, what is it now, like some sort of behind the scenes addition to Doctor Who. They seem to be really pumping it out. What about you, Scott? Heard anything about Doctor Who and all this?
No, well, I really don't know anything about Doctor Who, to be honest, Pete, so I can't answer that, I'm afraid.
No worries, mate. No worries at all. What about you, Mike?
Same as Scott. I don't have a clue.
No worries. And Andy, what about you?
I don't have a clue what's going on with it, but I heard about it today. But yeah, I'm not excited for it. It's just, yeah.
Yeah. We have Sai joining. Hello, Sai.
Oh,
Hey. Hello, Sai. How are you?
he's probably got his mic on mute. He's probably...
And we also have Mike
Oh.
from Did You See That here? But I don't think we do. Right, seems like we might have to not allow any guests on because we can't have nice things here. So, right. I have to remove the comment to allow people to join the stream. If you want to join the stream, message me privately. I think we might be having a few jokers joining the stream, unfortunately.
Okie doke.
Mike here says they've announced a sequel to Smile. Surely a good marketing tactic would be call it Smiles. Don't know. I know it did very well at the box office. They'll probably just call it something just like Smile 2 and be done with it. We got Edward here saying, "Hope you all had a good Halloween." Yeah, we did have a good Halloween. What about you, Edward? We got Mike here saying, "For the next Halloween movie series, who needs John Carpenter on the music? Get DJ Scott on it." Yeah, definitely.
Cheers, Mike.
We got Marvel fan here saying, "Hi, how are yous?" Well, we're doing well. I hope you're doing well, Marvel fan, and thanks for joining. We have got Frags Gaming here saying, "Good evening, chaps. Hope you're all well." Hope you're doing well, Frags.
Hello, mate.
We got Marvel fans saying, "Sad to hear about Matthew Perry." Certainly, very much so. Yeah. No age at all. But he's been in some great films. Like, was it The Whole 9 Yards? That was a good film. Or The Whole 10 Yards, was it? Yeah.
The whole 10 yards is fucking awful. That's
Well,
a bad film.
the first one. The
First
first
one's
one.
good.
Yeah. I remember one of them was really good and one of them's really bad. Oh, I don't know. We've got Carlos here. Hey, Carlos. No.
What's going on?
I don't know what's going on.
What is this?
Hello?
Carlos. Hi.
Don't know. What's going on here? Right. We have Carlos here saying, guys, what's your favourite anthology horror film? So that's a good one. Unfortunately, I haven't seen a lot. When it comes to anthology stuff, I've seen more TV series than anything, like Tales from the Unexpected, and even the Friday the 13th TV series, which was actually pretty quite good, about the haunted antique shop. There's one that I do want to check out called Tales from the Crypt. I think that's going to be right up my street. Fortunately, wasn't a big fan of Creepshow, but really did enjoy the TV series. What about you, Scott?
Yeah, like yourself, Peter, I haven't said you horror films, but out of the ones I have said, my favourite is probably the original Creepshow. Really enjoyed that film. I like every single short story in that one. Just think it's a great time.
Yeah, great stuff. What's your favourite story out of Creepshow?
It's got to be one with Leslie Nielsen, the iconic one. Absolutely love it.
Always evil and that he is.
He is, definitely.
And you got Ted Danson from Cheers. Even though I kept thinking it was Sam from Cheers, what's he doing on here against the chap from the Naked Gun? But great stuff there. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, my favourite's probably Creepshow as well. But I also really like Tales from the Crypt. That one's really good. And also there's another one very similar to Tales from the Crypt called Vault of Horror. I think if you're going to watch Tales from the Crypt, Pete, I'd say watch Vault of Horror as well. That's a good one.
Vault of Horror. Oh, sounds good. Haven't heard of that one before. Has that also got like Peter Cushing in or something?
I don't think it's got Peter Cushing in, but it's got a lot of. It's a bit. It's kind of like a lesser version of Tales from the Crypt, let's say, but it's a very, very similar movie with like five anthology stories. But yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh, is it? Oh, sounds good to me. We do have Carlos here again, but I think hello. Unfortunately, it seems to be
Pete, get rid of that link.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, everybody who's coming on tonight, you're not coming on unless you privately message me on Twitter, not Twitter, on Instagram. Right.
Some fucking losers out there, man.
Well, it's all done now, so unfortunately, nobody can join now. You've got to have your own StreamYard account if you want to join. So, fortunately, you at home, whatever you're doing, fuck off. Let's get back to the stream.
Touch grass, you fucking loser.
Absolute bell end.
Can't have nice things. Can't have nice things at all because you got to have one silly sod at home trying to think they're clever. Don't get me started. But anyway, did you say about your favourite anthology, Andy?
Oh, I like the Twilight Zone movie
Mm.
and John Carpenter and Toby Hooper's Body Bags. That's a full film.
I've heard that's really good, Body Bags. I think I remember Keith saying about it from Euphoria Pictures.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, that film.
Oh, great stuff. We got AP here from the Movie Cheer podcast saying evening, everyone. Evening, AP.
Hello, mate.
Marvel fan says, I heard the actress from Billy Madison who plays Veronica Vaughn has cancer. Oh, very sad news. Very sad news. We've got the Viva Drew saying, hey everyone, what's up? Hey Drew,
Hello,
hope you're
Drew.
doing well, my friend. We've got Sai here saying Driller Killer. Well, I'll have to check that one out. And we've also got the Movie Cheer podcast AP saying for him The Crow is an excellent film. Yeah, Brandon Lee's last film. I definitely do want to watch that one. But hey, it'll probably be picked. I'll have to wait and see. And we also have Marvel fans saying, where's Nige? Nige unfortunately can't make it tonight. He's gone out. But he'll be back again next week. And he'll also be on Scott's stream on Friday night.
Indeed.
Mike says, Pete, you have to see Driller Killer. The bus stop scene is funny as hell. I think I remember you did watch this one and another one called Pieces, and you said they're very entertaining. So right. Right, Carlos says, what's your thoughts on the up-and-coming Crystal Lake prequel TV series, and could the Friday the 13th series work without an adult Jason? Yes, A24 is working on a TV series of Friday the 13th. There's going to be a prequel series based around his childhood. Honestly, don't know what to make of it. I think it's supposed to be coming out next year, but what do you think of this then, Scott?
I'm sort of in the middle about it, to be honest. I think it's a cool idea, but I think it's one of those that might be executed quite poorly, but I'm not too sure, to be honest.
Yeah, especially with A24, it could go either way.
Yeah, definitely.
What about you, Mike?
I think the best thing they could do for this would be to just do their own thing and have it separate from the movies. Like don't have it leading up to Friday the 13th, because they did it with the Bates Motel TV show, which was like, it was kind of like a prequel to Psycho, but it was like its own separate thing. It had like its own like ending and everything. It didn't lead up to Psycho, and I think that's the best thing they should probably do if they're going to do this. I mean, I'll probably check it out. It might be interesting, but yeah, they should just keep it its own separate thing away from the movies.
Yeah, definitely. And what about you, Andy?
I've got to be honest, I'm not too interested just because it's a TV series. And because I'm more of a movie person, TV shows kind of, they kind of take up a lot of my time.
Yeah.
But the concept sounds interesting.
Ah, sounds good. I have also been watching the Crystal Lake Memories, the documentary as well, and I thought that was quite a fascinating little documentary. I've been seeing it in parts to all the films that I've watched, and it's amazing how much stuff's been going on behind the scenes to creating these films. I really did enjoy that, but apparently, now this is more interesting, I think. The director of Terrifier, Damien Leone, or whatever his name is, he's expressed interest in wanting to do his own reboot to Friday the 13th. And I think, let him do it. I think he could do a really good job with it. What do you think, Scott?
Yeah, totally agree with that. To be fair, he's done a great job with the two Terrifier films, so I think he could pull it off with Friday 13th reboot, to be fair.
Yeah, what about you, Mike? Would you like to see that?
I mean, I think he's more than capable, because like the Terrifier movies are basically Friday the 13th movies, and Art the Clown's kind of like another Jason Voorhees. So yeah, I think he's probably more than capable of doing it.
And what about you, Andy?
Yeah, I agree. I think he's got it in him.
Yep. Awesome. And I also see that the posters have popped up now for Terrifier 3, and it looks like it's going to be set at Christmas as well.
I did see that, yeah.
Yeah, great stuff. All right. We have Sai here saying it'll probably go down the same route as Bates Motel. Yeah, probably will do. I've only seen a couple of episodes of Bates Motel and didn't mind it at all. I've got Carlos here saying, not a fan of crossover movies after the comic Freddy vs. Jason. I know it has its fans, but to me, Jason came worse off in that one. What's your thoughts on Freddy vs. Jason, Scott?
I actually quite enjoyed it, to be fair. I think it's quite fun. Definitely has its flaws. It's not a perfect film by any means, but it's good time. Do like it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to checking that one out. Isn't Kelly Rowland in it as well or something?
Yeah, she is, yeah.
Yeah, I know the film is a film they've been wanting to do for years, and then it finally came to be in like the early 2000s. But do you get a good amount of Freddy and Jason on the screen, or is it more the other characters?
Yeah, you do get a little bit Freddy and Jason in there, not loads, but it would have been nice to have seen a bit more of them in there, to be honest.
Right. What about you, Mike? What was your thoughts on Freddy vs. Jason?
I really like it. I always have a good time with it. When it came out, I think I was like 12, so I was kind of like the right age to watch it, because they were the types of movies I enjoyed watching. And yeah, I've always had a good time with it. I've never really gotten the criticism for it. I know like they don't really start fighting until sort of the last like 20, 30 minutes of the film, but I don't know. I think like that whole part's pretty fun. But I get what Carlos is saying, maybe about Jason coming off worse, because it maybe does feel a little bit more like a Nightmare on Elm Street film than a Friday the 13th film. But I think it's still pretty fun, and Robert Englund's great as Freddy in it.
Oh, great stuff. And what about you, Andy?
I like it, but when you get to the parts where they are actually fighting, they're the best part of the movie. But I think the other regular human characters in the movie fucking suck. Like they're just bad. You just don't care. You just want to see them get slaughtered. Well, yeah, it kind of feels like Jason. It kind of feels like a Freddy movie, but Jason's kind of like just getting in Freddy's way.
Yeah,
that's kind of what it feels like. But it is a fun film. Like it is entertaining, but there's like some real ropey CGI in it, and yeah, it's not perfect, but what you're there for is the Freddy versus Jason fight stuff, and it does deliver.
Yeah. Oh, great stuff. We've also got to check out Jason Goes to Hell, Jason X, and the Friday remake. Have you seen them ones, Scott? What's your thoughts on those three?
Absolutely hate the ninth film. I do want to give it a rewatch after. What? There was another horror film that I watched recently that I actually quite enjoyed that I never used to like, but I can't remember what it was. So I'm hoping that I'll find that same with part 9. To be fair, Jason X is really really bad. It should never have been set in space, but does have one really good kill in it though. To be fair, and the remake is actually pretty good.
Oh, great to hear. I've heard a lot of positive stuff about the remake. Of all those remakes that came out in the 2000s, that always seemed to be the one that gets the most praise.
Yeah, it does get quite a bit of praise, to be fair, that one.
Oh, great stuff. What about you, Mike? What's your thoughts on those three films?
I've never really liked Jason Goes to Hell, mainly because Jason's just not really in it. I won't really explain why, but yeah, I've never really liked it for that reason. Jason X it's just so cheesy. It's like the sets and the costumes and everything look like they're from like a low budget sci-fi TV show from the 90s. It's just not aesthetically a very good looking film, but it does have a pretty big body count. I think it has the biggest body count out of all the Jason films. Like he kills so many people in that movie. So there is that. And the remake's pretty good. It maybe tries to do a little bit too much in like a short space of time, but it's pretty fun.
Great stuff. And what about you, Andy?
Yeah. Jason Goes to Hell. I had a newfound love for that film. I used to hate it, but it's just fucking hysterical. It's just one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Jason X, I think, it's definitely the worst one for me out of all of them. But I still like the kills in it. The kills in it are fun. The setting is just so stupid. And what was the other film?
The remake.
Yeah, the remake's all right. I don't mind it. It's silly, but it does have that. It's just holding the modern day, that camp setting. It's fun. I don't mind it at all.
Yeah, I still need to see the Nightmare remake. Was that any good? I know a lot of people hated that one.
It's bang average for me, that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You seen it, Mike?
Yeah, I'm the same. I've only watched it the one time, and I can't remember anything about it. It's a well-made movie and everything, but it was just so dull. I just can't remember a single thing from it.
And have you seen it, Scott?
No, I've only seen the first 4 Nightmare on Elm Street films, to be fair, so I do need to catch up on the others.
You're in for an interesting treat with 5 and 6.
I've heard they're bad, yeah. I'm looking forward to those.
I don't know. I think you might like the
Not.
6th one because it's a little bit out there, but for me, it didn't work for me.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I can understand that, definitely.
We got a Movie Cheer podcast saying that's a surprise that the new Planet of the Apes is going to Disney Plus. That trilogy was big at the box office. Would you like to see another trilogy or a TV spin-off? I think with the Planet of the Apes films, if they just like do something different with it, try to do something a little bit different, like they did with that trilogy, I'd be up for it. A TV show could also work. I think there's a lot of lore in the Planet of the Apes films that they could work on to do a solid TV series. But if they do this new film, I don't want it to be a trilogy for trilogy's sakes. I want them to all lead up to a real good conclusion like that. Was it Matt Reeves' trilogy that came out in the 2010s? What about you, Scott?
Yeah, but I think they should do their own different take on it, to be fair. And I do agree with you, Pete. I don't want them to do a trilogy for trilogy's sake. I really want them to have like a good conclusion to it. And yeah, a spin-off show could possibly work as well, but I don't really watch too much TV shows, to be honest. I'm not 100% sure if I'd watch it, but it could work.
The only real problem with the TV show is the Disney Plus TV series haven't been very good, whatever they've been, whether they've been like stuff like Willow or the Star Wars ones or the Marvel ones, have all been very mixed quality. So that could be another worry. They seem to be good and decent enough films, but translating it into TV series have always been a struggle.
Yeah, I've heard there's going to be some ropey ones, to be fair.
What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I'd like to see more movies. I don't really know like what else they can do with like the Planet of the Apes movies. I feel like the last few have all taken place kind of in our time, so I think I'd probably like to see one where it goes back to, way in the future, like the original film was set. So yeah, I'd probably like to see something like that.
And what about you, Andy?
Yeah, I'll definitely check out this new one that's coming out, but I kind of think it's too soon. If I'm honest, that new trilogy is still very fresh for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, even though the first one's like well over 10 years old, it's still kind of new.
Yep. And also, I don't think it's been that long since War for the Planet of the Apes. What was it, 2017? Doesn't really feel that long ago.
No, I don't, to be fair.
Well, I'm intrigued to check out the trailer when it comes out tomorrow. Could be pretty good. The Viva Drew says, my Halloween was amazing. I was at a Halloween dance yesterday and I danced to the Whip 99 in my Wolverine costume. Nice. I did see your Wolverine costume and you looked fantastic. Never heard of that song before, so I'm glad you danced to it. No worries, sorry. Yeah, definitely was a confusion going on. I was going to say, I haven't requested to join. Don't know if someone tried to impersonate me. Oh, don't worry, Mike. They tried to impersonate a lot of people. I'll block their asses now, so they won't be coming on. The viewer Drew says, what's your most anticipated movie of November? Mine is Napoleon starring Joaquin Phoenix. You know something? I'm going to agree with you there. I've seen the trailers for a couple of times on the big screen and it looks absolutely fantastic. Ridley Scott's last film, the Gucci one, wasn't too hot on that one, but I really did like The Last Duel. And if it's like similar direction of that, I'll be well up for it. It's got a great cast with it as well. And it looks like it's going to encapsulate those battle scenes perfectly with all the political stuff as well in the background. And with the year of like Oppenheimer doing that with the political stuff, can't wait for this. I don't know what else is coming out in November. I know the Marvels is coming out, but I'm not fussed about that one little bit. What about you, Scott?
Yeah, I can't really think of too much that's coming out in November, to be fair. But I do want to see Napoleon. I think that looks pretty good, to be fair. Definitely want to check it out at some point.
There's also a new horror film coming out called Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving. That's supposed to be quite good as well, I've heard. But I think
that does look quite good, to be fair.
I think by this Marvel's, there ain't really no more major releases probably till Wonka, and that's in December, because June was supposed to come out this month, but it's been delayed now.
Yeah, which is a shame. I was really looking forward to that, to be fair.
Oh yeah, that was going to be really good, but I guess due to all the strikes and that, they're delaying them, so they got more releases next year.
Yeah.
What about you, Mike?
I just had to Google what was coming out in November, and the only film I can see that I'll probably watch is Good Burger 2 with Keenan and Kel.
It's coming out this year, is it?
Yeah, it's out on 22nd of November.
Brilliant. Wow.
Yeah. It'll probably be terrible, but I'm just a big fan of the original, so yeah, I'll probably watch it.
Wow, that takes me back. I can remember the film, but I remember the TV series. I can't believe we're doing the second one.
I know, right? Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait. What about you, Andy?
Oh, it's got to be Good Burger too.
Will you, if you like it, will you be trying to find a Blu-ray copy of it?
Yeah, the first one's immaculate. Fucking love that film.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Oh, be interesting to see what that's like. God. So it's Paramount Plus, is it, when it comes on?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, good thing I still have a subscription. And Hardry says, Pete, I've finally completed Marvel's Spider-Man 2, 100%. Main stories and side stories completed. How about you? How are you finding the game? I'm about 40% into it. I think it's good. I think it looks great. I just think it's very similar to the first one. There's not a lot of new stuff to it, but I am liking the story. It's starting to kick off a bit now, and yeah, it's just more of the same. It's very much with a lot of these PlayStation 5 exclusives that are sequels to PS4 games. Just more of the same, but looks nicer. Having a good time with it. Wouldn't say it's my favourite game of the year, but it's definitely still one of the best PS5 games to get out there. And the loading times are next to nothing. Have you played it, Scott? Spider-Man 2 yet?
I haven't played it yet, no, but I definitely do want to check that out, to be fair, because I absolutely loved the first game. Really enjoyed Miles Morales a lot as well, so yeah, we'll be getting that one at some point, definitely.
Yeah, I definitely have a great time with it. So I hope you enjoy it when you pick it up. Have you been playing any games recently, Scott?
Not too many, to be fair. I did play a bit of wrestling earlier, to be fair, the latest wrestling game, which is actually really good and really fun, to be fair. Might play a bit more as well. Looking forward to playing that more.
Oh, great stuff. We've got Carlos here saying, loved the last 3 Planet of the Apes movies and it ended really well. And I would have been tempted to watch the new one at the cinema, but Disney's involved, so no thanks. Yeah. Disney's definitely seemed to be a dirty word just lately. A lot of their stuff that's coming out just hasn't been up to muster. Whilst it is cool that Disney are bringing a new Planet of the Apes films out, but they've had too many flops just recently, like with Indiana Jones. That's probably why it is going to streaming. What about you, Scott? Does Disney being involved kill your interest in the film or not?
Maybe a little bit, but not completely, to be honest. I think it still could be a good film, but yeah, maybe a little bit disappointing that, to be fair.
I do think if it is a streaming film, they probably will allow for a little bit more creativity than they would do if it was going to theatres. Because some stuff they've had released has been pretty good, just a little bit few and far between, unfortunately.
Yeah, definitely.
Does Disney being involved kill your excitement a little bit, Mike?
A little bit, yeah. Like I'm quite disappointed because I didn't know that it was just a Disney Plus movie only, and yeah, that's disappointed me a little bit. I'm hoping the movie's still good, but yeah, Disney are just I'm not a big fan of them these days.
Definitely, they've had more misses and hits just lately. And what about you, Andy?
Yeah, you know me. I can't stand what Disney are doing now. Well, I'll check the film out somehow.
Yeah. I see Disney themselves are causing a little bit of controversy now because they've now announced, even though it was announced when they did the $1.99 a month deal for 3 months, that Disney Plus is going to a tier-based system. So $4.99 with ads, not HD, $7.99 without ads, HD, and then for what you get now for your $7.99, you now got to pay about 11 or 12 quid for it, which is ridiculous. And they've kept this like little price rise like a secret until the renewal date has come around. It is quite bad. Don't know why they got to keep doing it. It's not like you're getting extra stuff for the money as well. If they've included a whole bunch of new content with it, I'll say, oh, fair enough then, but there isn't. Been watching the new season of Loki, and honestly, I think it's really disappointing. And if it wasn't because it was only for 6 episodes long, I wouldn't even be watching it. But are you still subscribed to Disney Plus, Scott?
I am, but I don't use it too often, to be fair. There's not really much on there I want to watch, to be honest.
Would you think about cancelling it as it's now going up?
Probably, to be fair, yeah.
I will say that if you don't change your thing, they will automatically put you onto the £12 a month thing.
That's a bit rude of them to do that, to be fair, isn't it?
Yeah, this is this $1.99 thing. It says at the end of it, oh, just so you know, at the end of it, after this 3 months, it will go from $1.99 to about $10 or $11.99. Very cheeky of them.
Brilliant.
They are. They're greedy as well. Damn greedy.
Yeah.
What about you, Mike? You subscribe to Disney Plus?
I'm not anymore, actually, and I don't even think I've got Netflix anymore. But I don't miss them at all. So yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I've heard Netflix themselves are putting up the prices again, but apparently their ad tier of $4.99 a month is doing very well. It's like 15 million subscribers in America alone. So obviously it must be doing some good. But again, too many subscription service. You're best off having a collection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm going to gather Andy hasn't got a Disney Plus subscription.
I do.
You do?
But I might cancel it next year because I never use the fucking thing.
Yeah. What do you subscribe for it, a year, or do you do it monthly?
Yearly, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it goes up now to about £110 a year, so it's quite a big jump.
Oh.
Yeah, I might just fuck it off.
Yeah.
Next year because I never watch it, and I don't have Netflix, so
yeah, I can go but I am listening along, lads, and really enjoying the conversation. Thanks ever so much, Mike. Hope you're doing well.
Cheers, Mike.
Yeah, that freaked me out when you said my name. I was like, oh, it'd be a pleasure. Nice surprise to see you here, Si. But yeah, unfortunately, someone's playing silly buggers. We got Minhaja here saying, I've ordered Guardians of the Galaxy on PS5. I wondered if you've got that one on PS5, Pete. I've got it on PS4. It's a great game, mate. If you like the films, you're going to love this. Actually, I think it might be better than Spider-Man 2. I think the story on it is great. The combat is good. The 80s soundtrack is perfect. It encapsulates everything you love about the films and the comics in one 15 to 20 hour game. What about you, Scott? Have you played it?
I haven't, no, but I have had it on PS5 for a couple of years, and I've heard it's actually really, really good, to be fair, so I do need to get round to playing that one at some point.
No worries, mate. What about you, Mike? You played it? Because I know you got an Xbox.
I haven't, to be honest. No. I've heard it's meant to be pretty good, though. Yeah, so yeah, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap now. I think you can pick it up for about a tenner.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
We've got Si here saying there's something wrong with StreamYard. Yeah, there's someone wrong with StreamYard, but well, don't worry, they keep being blocked. Scotty's Movies here saying, hi guys, hope you're well. Good Matthew Perry movie is Fools Rush In with Salma Hayek. Anyone seen it? Fortunately, I haven't seen it, but now you said Salma Hayek's in it, I may have to check it out. You've seen it, Scott?
I haven't, no, but I have heard of it. Don't really know too much about it, to be fair, but might check out at some point.
What about you, Mike?
No, I haven't seen that one. I've heard about it, and I think Matthew Perry even said that I think he considered it like his favorite film of the ones he made. So yeah, I'll have to check it out.
Oh, great stuff. And what about you, Andy?
Yeah, I've seen it a long time ago, but I don't really remember much about it. I might have to give it a rewatch.
Yeah. Is there any other Matthew Perry films that you like, Andy?
Yeah, Whole Nine Yards is great. Three to Tango is a lot of fun. I like that film. And there's one he did with Chris Farley called Almost Heroes. That's a pretty good movie. I enjoy. Yeah.
Oh, great stuff. Scott, any other Matthew Perry films you like?
No, I haven't seen any of his films, to be fair.
That's understandable, mate. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, for me, it's probably The Whole Nine Yards. Got Bruce Willis in there as well. It's a fun movie.
Yeah. Remember one of them being good and one of them being real bad, and that was the sequel. Yeah, it's not me trying to join. I would have, but I got a shite cold day. No worries, mate. Hope you feel better soon.
Get well soon, Carlos.
Yeah. We've got Carlos saying, Pete, you'll love Tales from the Crypt series. Stacks of stars and guest pop-up. Body Bags, The Gas Station Story. Awesome. Pick Andy. Love Twilight Zone, the movie. Yeah. I'm going to have to check those ones out. We've got the 4K Lowdown here saying, the core team is in the house. Hey, Pete, Andy, Mike, and Scott. Good to see you guys. Yeah, good to see
Hello,
you
mate.
too, mate. We've got Scotty's movies here. Sorry, not movie related, but Pete, have you got and played Super Mario Wonder? Yes, I do have it. I've been playing it for a little while and loving it. Fantastic game. Definitely the best 2D Mario game for a very long while. Very creative. Looks absolutely amazing. May just be the best Switch game of the year. Have you got a Switch, Scott? Have you played this one or planning to get it?
I have got a Switch. I haven't used it too much, to be fair, but I do plan on playing it a bit more in the future, definitely. And I've heard that game's incredible, so I do need to get that one.
Awesome. Great stuff. What about you, Mike? Do you have a Switch?
No, I don't. I have played them. I do really like them, but no, I don't have one.
No worries, mate. I've just got to sit down. We're moving into the kitchen now. And I will make a little statement before we continue. There's some fucker keep trying to join. They're making up their own accounts to try and join the stream. Fucking pack it in now. I'm getting a bit fed up with it. They keep joining and they keep pretending to be Nige. If you don't fucking stop it, I will.
We don't want to hear your mum and dad going at it, for fuck's sake. So
No.
yeah. So yeah, just do one.
You must have a very fucking boring life. That's all I've got to say. Just go and do something productive with your life. Don't come on here. Anyway, back to the stream. Marvel fan says, can't wait for the next episode on Loki on Friday. Season 2 is quite good. Unfortunately for me, I just cannot seem to get into it. I cannot care less about any of the characters. I'm not even a fan of Kiku Kwan in it. I think he's more annoying than anything. The only thing that seems to be keeping it together is Owen Wilson and Tom Hiddleston. Their chemistry on screen is great. Everything else about it is really bleh. And Jonathan Majors, I can't stand him in it. I think he's really annoying. You've seen the TV series, Scott?
I haven't, no. I've still got to catch up on most of the Marvel films yet, to be fair. But yeah, I probably won't watch the series, to be honest. I'm not really interested.
You're not missing much, to be honest.
Yeah, I've heard it's a bit mediocre, to be fair.
What about you, Mike?
No, I've still got loads of the movies to catch up with. I haven't even looked at the TV shows, and I probably never will.
Yeah, I can't say I blame you. They are very bad. I haven't even seen stuff like Secret Invasion, and I've heard that's awful. And Andy, I guess you haven't seen them?
I watched the first season and it bored the living shit out of me. I couldn't stand it. Yeah. I was like, this is fucking terrible. And I haven't bothered with season 2.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It isn't much better, it's worse. We've got Marvel fans saying, I might not be interested in the Marvels. You know something? I'm not interested in it. If it pops up on Disney Plus in the new year, later on down the road, I may check it out if it's get good reviews, but I'm not fussed at all. apparently it's the shortest Marvel film for quite a while. It's only about 90 minutes, which is quite interesting. What about you, Scott? Any interest for the Marvels?
Not really, to be honest. I think it's got probably going to be one of the weaker Marvel films, but yeah, like I said, I've got a lot to catch up on, so it'll probably be a while till I get to that one.
What about you, Mike?
I'll check it out as soon as I've caught up with all the other movies.
Yeah, been quite a while yet, Em.
Yeah.
Yeah. What one are you up to now, Em?
I think, to be honest, I basically just need to watch all of Phase 4. The only Phase 4 movie I've seen is the Spider-Man one, but I need to check out all of the other ones from that, and then obviously Phase 5.
You're not missing much with Phase 4.
Yeah.
And Andy, no interest, or you may see it?
I might check it out, yeah.
Yeah. I've heard rumours there may be a screen unseen coming either this week or next week, so that'll be quite interesting. Sai says, I watched Untold Story, Saw X, Season of the Witch yesterday. Untold Story and Saw X were first watches. I enjoyed both of them. Have you guys seen them? I've seen Untold Story. I think that's the one about the guy who brutally kills people, put them in food, and that is a great little film. That's definitely very brutal, but I had a great time with it. And Saw X, I think it's a really big surprise, one of the biggest surprises of the year. What about you, Scott? Have you seen those two films?
The Untold Story, and it's a great film, but it's definitely one of the most fucked up films I've ever seen, that's for sure. Saw X I haven't got round to yet, but I've heard it's actually really good, to be fair. So yeah, I will get round to that one when I've watched all the other ones.
Yeah. So have you only ever seen the first Saw film, or just a couple of them?
Yeah, I've only seen the first one, yeah, but I've heard 2 and 3 are meant to be really good as well.
Oh, brilliant stuff. Well, I hope you enjoy them when you get round to them.
Cheers, Pete.
What about you, Mike?
I've not seen Untold Story, but I think I saw the Blu-ray in HMV, and I looked at the back, and I was like, Jesus, what am I looking at? Like, just all the pictures, like, of what goes on in that movie. It looks pretty wild. But Saw X, yeah, I've seen it, and I thought it was amazing. I was like completely blown away by it, because I think I remember saying like it seemed like it was going to be the most pointless movie ever, but I really, really liked it.
Great stuff. How you seen the other Saw films then, all 1 to 9?
Yeah, I've seen them all. Yeah, but yeah, with Saw X, it was the first time where I felt really captivated by the story. I think the last time I was captivated was when I saw the first Saw. So yeah, it really impressed me.
Leave it on, yeah. Oh, sorry about that. But yeah, I do agree with you there about Saw X being quite good. The story is it's very compelling, even though it does make out John Kramer a bit of a hero more than anything, which is quite against sort of the grain.
Yeah.
But hopefully they'll do another one. I kind of hope they do after that one, how the post-credit scene teases. Great stuff. And what about you, Andy? Have you seen Untold Story or Saw X?
I haven't seen Untold Story yet, but I do want to get round to it at some point. And Saw X was a big surprise. I really enjoyed it. It kind of felt like there was a point to the violence. It wasn't just gore for the sake of gore. There's actually a legit reason why the gore's going on. And yeah, I just thought it was great. Yeah, really, really enjoyed it. Entertaining film.
Great stuff. We have got Marvel fan here says, anybody seen the first look for Disney's live action of Snow White? If so, what's your thoughts? Yeah, the first image for Snow White has come out, and it's just a picture of her with like the dwarves. It looks fine. The dwarves are mostly CGI'd. They look very uncanny valley. Much more better than what I expected it to look like after all the behind the scenes pictures. Does make me think that Disney might have caused this controversy themselves to get people more interested in the film. But it's been delayed a year. It's coming out now in 2025, so it's still long down the road. Not too fussed about it when it comes out. I'd rather just keep with the original. What about you, Scott?
I haven't actually seen any of the new Snow White pictures or anything like that, to be fair, but I still need to watch the original,
Yeah.
which I've heard is actually really good. So yeah, looking forward to watching that one at some point.
Yeah, I think the original recently got a 4K release as well.
Oh, that's cool. Didn't know that, to be fair.
What about you, Mike?
Honestly, I have no interest in it. I mean, good luck to them with the movie, but yeah, I just couldn't care less about it, to be honest.
Yeah, same. I can totally get that, because a lot of these Disney remakes just feel so soulless and just more of a cash grab than anything.
Yeah.
What about you, Andy?
No, not for me.
Yeah, don't blame you. Just give us a second. Right. Next up, we have Carlos here saying, any takers for the Second Sight film collector's edition of Scorsese's Mean Streets? Never seen the film, but I did get the email for it the other day. It looks like a very nice set. Again, another wonderful release by Second Sight. I don't know whether I'll be picking that one up. I should imagine the film's pretty good, but I'll probably just pick up a standard release. What about you, Scott?
I haven't seen the edition itself, so I might have to have a look at that, to be fair. But I did quite enjoy the film. Thought it was really entertaining. Not one of my favourite scores. All the performances are really good, and yeah, I quite enjoyed the story as well.
Great stuff. What about you, Mike?
Probably not for me. I've got it on Blu-ray, but it's a good movie, but it's not really one of like my go-to Scorsese films. It's not one I really go back to all that much, so I'll probably just stick with the Blu-ray. And the box set itself, it's a little on the pricey side for me. I think it's about 50 quid.
Wow, that's quite.
Yeah, I thought it would be more like 40 or something, but yeah, I don't know. It's just a little bit too expensive for me, and I probably won't rewatch it that much.
That's totally understandable. What about you, Andy?
I didn't know it was coming out, but it's like Mike. It's not a Scorsese film I go back to all that often. It's a good film, but it's not. Yeah, it's not one of my favorites. But is it a Blu-ray or a 4K?
It's 4K.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that explains it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm on the fence with it.
Because I see, like, this week they released Ginger Snaps and Chopper, but both of them were only Blu-ray, unfortunately. I don't think they got 4K releases. Still waiting for The Hitcher. Hopefully it won't be too long before that turns up. Definitely day one pre-order for all you guys when it gets announced.
Yeah.
It just feels like a broken record, doesn't it? We've been saying this for must feel like 2 years now. So, we're going to look forward to that. Won't be long, but hopefully it'll be on the home stretch now. It seems to be getting ready for doing the special edition and announcing a release date in this new year. We have Minhaju Hill saying, anybody pre-ordered Prey? I haven't pre-ordered it because I've seen it so many times. I've seen it about 3 times in the past year since it's come out. I do really enjoy it and I do want to get it in the collection. But I'll probably just pick up the Blu-ray and get it in like a Disney 2 for 15 style because they're never going to run out of it. The Steelbook looks nice, but I've seen it enough and I don't desperately need it in my collection just yet. What about you, Scott?
Haven't pre-ordered it yet. Probably won't, to be fair, but I did actually really like the film. Thought it was really good. Really solid. Entry into the Predator series there, and probably pick it up at some point on Blu-ray, I would say.
It would be even better if it got a cinema run. It'd be great to see it on the big screen.
Yeah, that would be cool, to be fair.
That does definitely seem like a huge waste for not releasing them on there. But
I agree.
What about you, Mike?
Haven't pre-ordered it. I'll probably get it at some point, but I'm not really in a rush to rewatch it.
Yeah, no worries. And what about you, Andy?
Probably just going to stick with my bootleg.
Don't blame you, mate. Don't blame you at all. It seems like it's very much too little too late with these Disney releases. A lot of
Yep.
people have already bought their bootlegs. A lot of this stuff has been out for years. They should have done it within the first 6 months of them releasing the stuff, but no. They will sell, but I don't think they'll sell as well as they hope. Sai says, I'm going to watch Big Trouble in Little China next week at the cinema. Wow. They're having a John Carpenter season, and I saw Christine last week. Fantastic stuff there, mate. Absolutely love Big Trouble in Little China, and I can imagine that would be a hoot to watch on the big screen, especially with a really good crowd as well. Be a lot of fun to watch. And I can imagine watching Christine would be good on the big screen. Do they actually show the original Halloween at the cinemas? Because I've seen like loads of people see like loads of different horror films at the big screen during Halloween, but nobody's showing Halloween. Seemed like a perfect film to show. Must be down to rights issues, I imagine.
Probably, yeah.
What about you, Scott? What's your thoughts on Big Trouble in Little China and Christine?
Absolutely love both of them. Grew up watching Big Trouble in Little China when I was a kid, so I have a lot of nostalgia. It was just absolutely amazing in it. And yeah, it's got some really funny scenes, really great action in it as well. And yeah, just brilliant 80s film. And Christine's really, really good as well. Really cool concepts, and yeah, just got really likeable characters in it. Really, really good films there.
Great stuff. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I love them both. I think, like Scott, I've got a lot of nostalgia for both of them, actually. And yeah, I just love them. Like Big Trouble in Little China is just so fun. Kurt Russell's great in it. And Christine, like, even though it's not like, I don't think it's a very scary film, it's just the scariest thing about it is like the main character and like his descent into like madness. Like, that's like the scariest thing about it. But yeah, it's just such an awesome horror film.
Great stuff. And what about you, Andy?
Yeah, I love them both. They're both great films for very different reasons. I was very late to the party with Big Trouble in Little China. I saw that for the first time about 10 years ago. But Christine was one I grew up with, and yeah, I just love that film. It just, yeah, makes a car so creepy. Yeah, it's just massively done.
Great stuff. Yeah, I've seen Big Trouble in Little China quite a few times. Absolutely love it. So many quotable references. Quite a lot inspired as well. Such a fun-filled film. Christine, I think I saw it many years ago as a kid, but honestly cannot remember a lot about it. But I do have it is indicator Blu-ray, so I'll have to check that one out soon because it's been a while. Right, what's all this going on? We've got Carlos here saying, disappointing that our video only releasing the Conan movies in 4K collector's edition, but only in the US. We'll be pre-ordering those. Are you guys ordering those editions? They look lovely editions. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to get them, but unfortunately, America, and I can't be doing with like all import fees and all that, and also worrying in case they come damaged and then you can't really take them back. But definitely, if they did come over here, I would pick them up. What about you, Scott?
Yeah, if it was UK, I would definitely consider getting those, but because it's in the US, I'm probably won't get them, to be honest, and it is a shame because I would be interested in getting those if it was in the UK.
Yeah. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I really want that Conan set, but it's just going to cost so much. Although, having said that, apparently, even though Arrow have like a US shop, apparently it's still based in the UK. So even if you ordered from it, you wouldn't really have to worry about your deliveries being damaged because they're not actually coming that far. But yeah, it's just going to be such an expensive set because of all the taxes and all that import stuff. America.
Import fees to import something already that's in this country.
Yeah, I don't really know how it works. Yeah, but I probably am gonna get it because the first Conan film is, I think Universal own it in America, but everywhere else it's Disney that own it, and we all know Disney and going to do fuck all with it. So I think if I want it, I'm probably going to have to get that set. So yeah, I probably will get it.
Yeah. Have you tried Amazon.us? Because I think I've heard that's not too bad to order them through than Arrow.
Yeah, that'll probably be my next option. Yeah.
Oh, I'll look forward to your unboxing if you do get it. It does look a very nice set.
It does, yeah. I love that first movie. I'd love to have it on 4K.
Yeah, seems like a perfect fit for 4K, especially with all the other Arnie films. What about you, Andy?
Yeah, it's Arrow would look like they've done it again with their box sets. I mean, I love those box sets they do for the individual films, but it's such a shame that Warriors and Conan just aren't going to be available over here. And all we got was the 4K of Carrie.
Yeah, which is just the same release that they did on Blu-ray, but with a 4K disc.
Just a different disc. Yeah. Just like
such a shame. It is.
Annoying.
Yeah, it is annoying. Wasn't there also a Harrison Ford film, Witness, as well, this month coming out?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that looked a really nice set as well. Again, would love to get it, but again, American only. That big release schedule, or stay tuned to look what Arrow's bringing out in January, and only one of them applies to the UK. Quite shocking.
I think Witness is supposed to be a really good film as well for what
Yeah, it seems to be a lot of people do like that. And I know you're a big fan of the Warriors, so that would have been a nice release as well, because they seem got some nice artwork on it as well.
It does. I might have to sort of get that one though, to be fair, just because I love the film so much. I might have to pull bullet on that one, but yeah, it's gonna be a lot, unfortunately, but I might have to get it.
Yeah, hopefully you'll get it at a decent price.
Yeah, definitely.
I gather it's all down to rights. That's why they can't release them in other countries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a shame, because I noticed they do a lot of like martial art films in America. A lot of the stuff that they release on Eureka, or 88 films over here as well. Got Min Harju saying, Pete, I would love if you could do an updated PS5 or 4 collection. Have you done one before? Even yours, Scott. Well, funny thing is, I was actually thinking about doing a PlayStation 5 collection. I've got quite a substantial pile of around 30 games, so yeah, I'll be up for doing that one. PS4 one would be a little bit too hard because there's quite a few to get through. But what about you, Scott? Would you be up for showing off your games?
Yeah, definitely. PS4, I haven't really got any games since I've done the last one, so I can't really do an updated one. But a PS5 one, I'll be up for doing in the future for sure.
Brilliant stuff. And I know you collect a few games, Mike. Would you do a video game collection?
It's never really crossed my mind. I don't really own that many like modern games. So I think if I did it, it would be like a lot of older stuff, like older Xbox games and stuff like that. But yeah, it might be interesting to do.
There's a lot of love for those older games, so I can imagine a lot of people would be interested to see that.
Yeah.
I'd probably watch that, to be fair. I'd be up for that, definitely.
Oh, definitely, okay.
Yeah, might do it, yeah.
We've got Sai here saying, is there any video game that you'd love to see get a big screen adaptation? Well, for me, it's always been Metroid. I think that's a perfect mix. It's basically Nintendo's version of Alien. So much atmosphere there, but they could do a really cool film if they had a big enough budget. Or Legend of Zelda. Would love to see that as well. I know some of the Sony games are actually getting TV adaptations, or a couple of film ones as well, so they're already in the pipeline. Any games that you'd like to see come out on a film, Scott?
I was actually going to say Metroid myself, to be fair. I think that could really work if they got a decent enough budget for it, and yeah, I think it could be a good from that, to be fair.
Brilliant stuff. What about you, Mike?
I think for me, it would probably be Halo. I know they did a TV show recently, but I've not seen it, but I've heard kind of like mixed things about it. But yeah, I'd love for them to just do it properly as a movie because I think it would work pretty well.
That's easily one of the biggest like game series about, and it's a shame that they haven't done a film. I've known the TV series, I've seen it, and it's not the greatest. I think it even got axed after one season, which is a shame, but it wasn't very good. Hopefully, if they did the film, they could do it justice.
Yeah.
And what about you, Andy?
Probably a Crash Bandicoot.
I'd definitely have that. Yeah, I'd
They
be
did
up
like
for that one.
a Sonic type movie with it.
That would be fun. Right. Got Marvel fans saying only Phase 4 movies I watch are Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Thor Love and Thunder, Spider-Man No Way Home, but the only Phase 5 movies I watched is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Black Widows is... I actually really like Black Widow. I think that's probably my second favourite Phase 4 film. I think it's a great little film. Shang-Chi's pretty good, but the second half of it wasn't too keen on. Thor Love and Thunder, we don't talk about that one. No Way Home's fantastic. And Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is really good as well. It's quite emotional. What about you, Andy? What's your thoughts on these Marvel films?
Black Widow was just all right. Shang-Chi was definitely one of the better ones. Thor Love and Thunder was a massive disappointment. But I still think it's watchable. No Way Home's one of the best Marvel films in ages, and same with Guardians 3.
Yeah. And Mike, you've only seen No Way Home out of those ones, and you really enjoyed that one, didn't you?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
Yeah, and I gather that's the only one you've seen, Scott.
No, I haven't even seen that one yet. Not
Wow, you're in for a treat with that one.
I did think it was amazing. To be fair, so yeah, really looking forward to watching that one.
Do you know anything about the film or not?
Not much, no. To be honest, I don't really know much about it. Just said it was great.
Wow, that's great to hear. Because I've heard people even like 2 years after it came out saying, "Oh, I've watched it for the first time, loved it, didn't know this happened or this happened." And I'm like, how the heck did you keep away from spoilers? It amazes me. We have Minhaju here saying, Pete, I have a good collection of PS4 and 5 games now, but is there any you would recommend to play? Well, it's good to hear you have a good collection of games there, mate. I don't know, there's so many different games out there. It depends on what sort of genres you're into. If you like single-player story modes, stuff like Horizon, the Yakuza games, and even Death Stranding, give them ones a go, and they're all pretty reasonably priced too. Sai says there's 2 Snow White movies out next year. The Disney film, that's been delayed now to 2025, and a Daily Wire production. What's that, news website? Never heard of that. What is this going to be, like one of these sort of horror versions of it? Snow White and the 7 Gremlins or something?
Like Snow White and that can't be asked.
Yeah. We've got Minhaju here saying, I'm not much of a gamer like how I used to be compared to PS1 on 2 days, but I'm just trying to make and get the most out of my PS5. I've been doing so recently. But, hey, definitely much so. Also doubles up as a really good 4K player. We've got Marvel fans saying only 1 month and 24 days till Christmas. Thanks for the reminder.
I'm just looking forward to the films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only get to watch them one time a year, so that's one.
Well, what's going to be your main Christmas films that you're going to watch this year, Andy?
Muppets Christmas Carol, Jingle All the Way, Home Alone 1 and 2, Christmas Vacation, Love Actually. Yeah, but I tend to watch them more than once at Christmas because that's really the only month you can watch them.
Yeah.
So I might watch them 2 or 3 times in the build-up.
There's one that did come out this year, well, it came out last year in cinemas, Violent Night. I do want to check that one out.
That's getting added to my rotor as well, I think, because I really enjoyed that film.
Yeah, I think that's getting a 4K release as well, isn't it?
See, it's all too late.
Hmm.
It's too fucking late. It should be coming out 6 months after the film's released. Not yeah.
It's like Megan. That's got a 4K release this week, and that come out at the start of the year on Blu-ray. Odd. But I did see Scrooged and Trading Places are coming out on 4K next week as well. Are they tempting you?
The Scrooged one might be.
Oh, nice stuff.
That's a good film.
What are some of your Christmas film staples, Scott?
Home Alone 1 and 2, absolutely love those films. Jingle All the Way is another really good one, Love Actually as well. And probably Christmas Vacation, which I watched for the first time last year, but I really love that film actually. So yeah, would have to pick that as well.
Great stuff. And what about you, Mike?
Yeah, just all the usual ones. I think Scrooged is my personal favourite, so I'll be getting that 4K for sure. And yeah, Muppet Christmas Carol, Home Alone 1 and 2, Jingle All the Way, Christmas Vacation. Yeah, all the usual ones.
Great stuff. As for me, Muppets Christmas Carol, Scrooge. I watched Christmas Vacation for the first time last year and absolutely loved it. And also another one, Planes, Trains and Automobiles. Oh, love that so much. That was really good. We have Bad Lieutenant here saying, "Hey up, me ducks." Hey, Bad Lieutenant. Hope you're doing well, my friend. A lot of people chatting between each other. Minhaji says, anybody getting Blue Beetle in the collection? I think it's out sometimes next week. I have no interest, mate, at all. Kind of came and went. Weren't interested in it at all. Not that fussed about none of the DC stuff. I haven't seen any of it for about a good 2 years now. What about you, Scott? No interest?
No, I don't have any interest in that one, to be honest. Pete doesn't really look like my sort of film.
Don't blame you. Mike?
No, it doesn't do anything for me, that one.
And Andy, what about you?
I might pick it up, but not anytime soon. I'm not paying full price for it because I'm just not that interested.
No. You didn't go and see it at the cinema run?
No.
We got the Bad Lieutenant saying, evening to all you sexy beasts on the live stream. Why, thank you.
Hello, mate.
Right, we have a good one here from Carlos saying, what are some of your favourite movies starring Kurt Russell? That's a great one. I'm gonna be a cheeky sod and actually use my phone for this one.
I might have a quick look at that box, to be fair.
Yeah,
just make sure I don't miss any out.
Yeah, right. Kurt Russell. The Thing. Big Trouble. Escape from New York. Vanilla Sky. I thought he was quite good in that one as well. And even the Fast and Furious films as well, the ones that he's been in. I really liked Executive Decision. That was a great little film. Breakdown, which I watched recently, I thought that was fantastic. Really good little thriller. And the John Carpenter Elvis biopic from the late 70s. That is way better than the one we got last year. Oh, and Tequila Sunrise. I was quite a fan of that one as well. What about you, Scott?
Ones there, Executive Decisions, one of my favourites. Really like Backdraft as well. That's a really good action film there.
Oh, the firefighter one.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, really good film that. Breakdown's great, of course. Really enjoy that one. There's a really underrated sports film that he was in called Miracle. I really liked that one. Thought it was a lot of fun. Tango Cash is one of my favourite 80s action films. Have a great time with that one. Escape from New York is great as well. Obviously, The Thing being one of my favourite John Carpenter films. And
great selection of films there. It's got a brilliant category. Pete. What about you, Mike?
I mean, take your pick, because he has got like one of the best filmographies ever, Kurt Russell. Pretty much everything he made in the 90s was just so good. But I think my personal favorite is Tombstone, the Western, because it's just
Ooh,
got like,
haven't seen that.
yeah, it's got the most amazing cast. And yeah, it's an incredible film. And Breakdown, of course, is great. And I love Executive Decision. There's a comedy he was in the early 90s that I really like, but I know a lot of people don't. It's a film called Captain Ron. Basically plays like this
Heard
boat
of it.
captain, and he's got like an eye patch, and it's such a daft film, but he's just so funny in it. That's worth checking out. But yeah, he's got so many great movies.
I've heard of that one before. That sounds fun. It sounds like it's going to be bad, but could be quite entertaining.
It's really entertaining. Yeah. It is kind of bad, but it is fun.
Great stuff. And what about you, Andy?
Yeah, there's too many, but pretty much anything he did with John Carpenter, apart from Escape from LA. Yeah, Tango and Cash is amazing. Executive Decision's fucking great. I love that film. Even some of the stuff with Tarantino, like Death Proof and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and The Hateful Eight.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, I like Hateful Eight. I forgot about that.
Tombstone. The 90s is just amazing. I love watching back-to-back Breakdown and Unlawful Entry because they're just two amazing Kurt Russell films. I fucking love Unlawful Entry.
I forgot about that one as well. That's another great one. That's really good film.
That movie's a home run. I love that film. Yeah, just them.
Ray Liotta's a creepy fuck.
Yeah.
And yeah, really creepy in that.
The two of them are just so good in that film when they start out as friends and then they just like fucking hate each other.
Yeah.
Really creepy stuff.
Ah, great stuff. What was I going to say now? Unlawful Entry. That sounds like quite a good one. Is it similar to Breakdown?
It's a completely different story, but it's just edge of your seat stuff like Breakdown is.
Oh, really good. And Ray Liotta in it as well. Well, I'm sold.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Minhaji says, how's everyone day been? Hope you all had a good day. Yeah, it's been good. Thanks, mate. Hope you're doing well. Right. Got Bad Lieutenant saying Escape from New York and the one with Sly Stallone. Can't remember the title of the film. Yeah, Thing, Big Trouble in Little China, Escape from New York, and Tango and Cash. Awesome. We have Edward saying he'll be picking up Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Yeah, I probably will do. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Definitely one of the best films of the year. It's a shame it didn't do that well at the box office, mainly due to poor timing of release. But thought it was a great film. Just as good as Fallout. I think Fallout's just a little bit better, but probably pick up on 4K as well. What about you, Scott?
Yeah, I'll be picking that up at some point, definitely. So I'm not on yet to see. Didn't get to see it in a cinema, unfortunately. So yeah, I really want to get that one.
Oh, you've been for a treat, mate. Very good action film.
Awesome.
What about you, Mike? Will you be picking it up?
Yeah, I want to get it. I'm just trying to decide how, because I was going to get the Steelbook, the 4K Steelbook, because I've got the rest of them on Steelbook, but they're all like Blu-ray Steelbooks, and I know I'm going to want to upgrade the rest of them to 4K soon. So I don't know. I'm just weighing up my options on how to get it. I'll probably just opt for like the standard release, and then maybe they'll release the other ones on 4K separately as well.
Yeah, I should imagine they will do. I think they've released them separately on Steelbook at the moment, but probably will do them with like new artwork or something.
Yeah, I'm hoping they release the rest like just in like slipcovers or something. I'd probably get them that way.
Yeah. What about you, Andy? Picking it up?
Yeah, I'll get it on 4K, but Amazon are doing this fucking stupid thing they do where it's like release date 6th of November, delivery 11th of November. I'm just getting really fucking sick of Amazon doing that at the minute.
It is a joke. It is. I'm kind of done with Amazon because their delivery hasn't been very good, and stuff has been arriving damaged, and they don't really want to know too much about it.
But if you've got Prime, you're paying for it.
Yeah.
You're paying for that next day and same day, in some cases, same day delivery.
Yeah, you've even got to pay on top for same day delivery, because if you want to buy the Blu-ray and get it delivered on the day, you got to pay another £2 or £3 on top. Rip off.
Absolute wank.
Is the whole point of pre-ordering it is that you get it day of release, not pre-ordered it and get it a week later. And people buying it day of release, getting it day of release or the day after. It's shocking. We got Andy Lake stuff here saying, "Hey up lads, what's the worst film you've ever seen? Also, worst actress and director. Thanks." Wow. Hey Andy, hope you're doing well, mate. Worst film I've ever seen? Wow. I'll say Catwoman, but there might also be another film that I've seen recently that could be it, that I've got a review. Worst actor or actress? Well, actor is James Corden. He can't act for shit. And director, I know. Isn't there the chap that does like all the bad video game films? Far Cry, Yui Bowl. He's
Yui
pretty
Bowl.
awful.
Yeah.
He's pretty dreadful. So I'll tell him. What about you, Scott? Worst film, actor, actress, or director?
Worst film? That's a tough one, to be fair. Non-Lives is definitely up there for sure. That film's absolutely atrocious. Hated that film.
What, Kevin Spacey is a cat?
Yeah, really, really bad. Worst actor's definitely got to be James Corden. I can't stand him. He's an absolute twat. I hate him. He's an actress. I'm not too sure about actress, to be fair. Director, struggling for that one as well. Can't think of anyone off the top of my head.
No worries, mate. What about you, Mike?
The worst film was probably Starship Troopers 2. That film was abysmal. Director, yeah, I'll probably have to say that Yui Bowl guy. I've seen a few of his films, and yeah, they weren't that good. Actor and actress, I don't know, to be honest. Yeah, I can't think of anyone, to be honest.
No worries. And what about you, Andy?
Worst film I've ever. It might have to go to like the Anaconda sequels, like the third and fourth one, and maybe the third. Oh god, what a pile of shit that was. The third. I Know What You Did Last Summer film. Holy fuck, that was terrible. Made Exorcist 2 look like the fucking first one.
Really? Wow.
Actor and director, I might have to go with for both of them. Tommy Wiseau from The Room, but I find that film way too entertaining to hate it, even though it is trash. Yeah, they'd probably be mine.
Yeah, no, very good picks there. Right, you rotten swine, you sigh. I've already forgotten it. Fateful Findings, Neil Breen and Neil Breen. Bad Lieutenants picked up the Psycho and Ringu Arrow box sets. Very nice. They're both fantastic releases.
Awesome.
I do agree here about The Last Airbender. That is awful. Oh yeah, that was done by M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong. Put the boppin' in the boppida boppida boppida. We got That's the Guy. We got Carlos St. Pete, Scotty 2, Hottie. Bad Lieutenant says, picked up Megan Cheap on DVD, been King of New York, and Long Good Friday on Blu-ray. Have you had any interesting picks? We've got Jerry here saying, sorry about the Trolls tonight. Did get a little check out of me, though. I'm not sure what's wrong with the kids these days. I was going to watch King of New York on Saturday. I have still got to check out King of New York, but it's an Abel Ferrara film, isn't it? It's got a great cast, so I do want to check that one out. You seen it, Scott? King of New York?
I have, yeah, really good film that. Forgotten his name.
Christopher Walken?
That's it, yeah, Christopher Walken. I was going to say Christopher Wexton for a minute there, but yeah, no,
I'd
Christopher
like to see him in it.
Yeah, Christopher Walken was fantastic in it. He's a fantastic actor, and yeah, it's a great gangster film. Really enjoyed it.
Awesome. What about you, Mike? You seen it?
Yeah, I love it. It's so underrated. Yeah, it's awesome. It's got a great cast as well. You've got Christopher Walken, Steve Buscemi, and Lawrence Fishburne in there as well. Yeah,
Great stuff.
really, really good. Yeah.
What about you, Andy?
It's been ages since I've seen it. Probably need to give it a rewatch.
Oh, great stuff.
I just remember that bit where Christopher Walken's like dancing on the train.
Mm.
Yeah. Apart from that, I can't remember much about it.
I'll have to check it out. We got Carlos St. Pete, Scotty Too Hotty, Andy and Mike. Great work on Wednesdays. As always, take care. Take care, Carlos.
Cheers, Carlos.
Here, Carlos.
Yeah. We've got Sorry saying, they're just chatting between each other. One of Ferrara's best films with a stellar cast: Lawrence Fishburne, David Caruso, and Christopher Walken and Wesley Snipes. Awesome. We've got Marvel fans saying I got a bargain. Home Alone 1 to 4 for 99p, brand new and sealed. Great stuff for DVD. 2 fantastic films there. Third one, fourth one I haven't seen. Have you seen all them ones, Scott? All the Home Alone films?
Seen the first 3. You obviously love the first 2. I did used to like the third one when I was a kid, but I don't think it would hold up now, to be fair. And I definitely won't be bothered with the fourth one. I've heard it's absolutely awful.
Well, I don't know. The fourth one is probably like the Clockwork Orange compared to the new one, Home Sweet Home Alone. That is awful. Jeez.
Yeah, I did hear that was bad, to be fair.
Yeah. What about you, Mike? Have you seen all the Home Alone films?
I've only seen the first 3. The first 2 speak for themselves, obviously. The third one, I used to like it when I was a kid, but I haven't seen it in years, so it'll be interesting to see how it holds up. The fourth one, I've not seen it. Isn't it meant to be like the same character, like Kevin McAllister in that one, but for some reason he looks about 5 years old in it?
Oh, wow. And Andy, have you seen them?
I've seen the first 3. I've seen bits of the fourth one. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, it's... From what I've seen, it's like the same family, like the parents now divorced or something. And like they got like a different actor to play Marv as well.
Really?
They got like that actor French Stewart from Third Rock from the Sun who always agrees to do these terrible fucking movies. And yeah, it's bits I've seen of it. It's awful. But the first one is an immaculate Christmas classic. Second one's an entertaining follow up. I don't think it's as good as the first, but Tim Curry makes that fucking movie.
Yeah.
And the third one, I just remember none of the characters in that film being remotely likable.
Oh,
It was just, yeah. I just remember there's a plot around like a remote control car or something. It's got like a chip in it or something. That's all I remember.
Well, apparently they're going to do another Home Alone film. Apparently a sequel to that, Home Sweet Home Alone, and a separate one, but they're going to get Macaulay Culkin back in it. Just leave it. Please just leave it now.
Yeah, it's getting a bit ridiculous now, to be fair.
Yeah. Not bad. Only like the 2 with Macaulay Culkin. Yeah, I think you're probably just best off sticking with those 2, mate. We got Sai here saying the Daily Wire is a conservative news channel like Fox News. They're making a true to book adaptation because they're pissed that Disney version has number 7 dwarves and Snow White as Latino. Well, there are dwarves in the new one. The picture they revealed is. And I don't know, I do believe that was kind of stirred up by Disney to get people interested in it. Same with The Little Mermaid. Gary says, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Gary. Hope you're all doing well, my friend.
Hello, Guy.
Good evening, Gary.
Gary.
We've got Bad Lieutenant saying Christmas films, The Muppets Christmas Carol, Scrooge, Home Alone 1 and 2, It's a Wonderful Life, and of course the Christmas classic, Die Hard.
There you go.
And throw Lethal Weapon in as well, the first one, as that's kind of a Christmas film. Edward says, what's your favourite Matthew Perry role apart from Friends? We did talk about this earlier, about like Whole 9 Yards and the various other rom-coms that he's done. But yeah, he'll always ever be known as Chandler from Friends, and very sad news and all that. Still shocking now. So he says, with all the talk of Kurt Russell, gets me thinking of, I wish a Tango and Cash got a sequel. Is there a standalone movie you wish got a sequel? Yeah, there's quite a few, I think. Do you want to go first, Scott?
Yeah, Tango Cash is actually one of them, to be fair. I think that would have been really cool if they'd done a sequel back in the day to that. The Burning might have been quite cool back in the 80s as well, possibly. That would have been pretty good to see, I think.
I would think of two. One of this one was going to, but they never did a sequel. The Tintin one that came out about a decade ago, and I would have loved to see a sequel to Cobra. Do another one of those. I really enjoyed that film.
Great film.
What about you, Mike?
That was going to be my pick, Pete, Cobra.
Really?
Yeah, that would have been great if we got a sequel to that.
Yeah, it's such a great film, and especially so much of the film was cut as well. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. I'd love to see like the full cut version of that, uncut version of that film.
I would as well. That would be awesome, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, for the 80 minutes we got, it was a lot of fun, but it does make you wonder what was in that original cut.
Yeah.
What about you, Andy?
Night of the Creeps.
Night of the Creeps. Still need to see this one.
That'd be good, yeah.
Tom Atkins.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love that film.
Enough said.
It's a fun one.
I will have to check it out. We got Marvel fans saying love the first two films. Don't mind 3 and 4, but Home Alone, The Holiday Heist, I didn't mind it. Same with the new one a few years back. Well, I'm glad that you enjoyed it, mate. Think Kurt and Sly might be a bit too old, unfortunately, or a sequel, unless it's set in a retirement home. Don't know. They still do a few action films here and there. Have you seen the R-rated version of Home Alone on YouTube? Somebody basically upped the gore, and it's trouser-moistly funny. Yeah, I've seen that. That's quite good. Bubba Hotep. That's a fun film. Got Love Bubba Hotep. That needs a sequel immediately. Yeah. I heard Amazon is getting drones to deliver customers their parcels. That's worrying.
Yeah.
The Amazon delivery drivers, as it is, normally puts the parcels in a bin. So I dread to think where the drones are going to put it.
Yeah.
Keep with your person in the van, please, Amazon. Don't go doing silly ideas like this. What do you think, Scott? Would you like a drone to deliver you the parcel?
No, would I fuck? No, that sounds awful. No, don't like the sound of that at all.
No worries. And what about you, Andy?
No, it's fucking ridiculous. Just what? How are you supposed to police that?
Yeah.
It's just a baffling idea. I mean, half of these drones will get lost and somebody will try and nick the drone. It's just silly. And surely it must cost more to send out one drone with, I don't know, like a Blu-ray than it is to get a van to deliver loads of parcels in one day. I don't see how that's financially viable, but Amazon love to waste money.
Mm.
Would you like a drone to deliver your parcels, Mike?
What are they going to do? Like, have one drone per parcel? Like, they're going to need like millions of drones to do that.
Yeah.
Instead of hordes of pigeons in the sky, it'll be all Amazon drones.
Yeah.
So says we can only dream. Bruce Campbell was born to play a cantankerous Elvis Presley in Bubba Hotep. Oh, I quite enjoyed Bubba Hotep. It was certainly a surreal film, but Bruce Campbell was fantastic in it. Have you seen it, Scott?
I haven't, no, but I've heard this might be quite fun, to be fair. So yeah, I'll definitely check it out at some point.
What about you, Mike? You seen Bubba Hotep?
Yeah, and I've got to admit, I didn't really like it. I was quite disappointed with it because I was really looking forward to watching it. But yeah, it didn't do a lot for me, but maybe I just need to give it a rewatch.
Yeah. And what about you, Andy?
Yeah, I kind of had it built up for me that the concept of it was going to be crazy and insane, and when I watched it, I was like, "Is this it?" It's a bit slow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought that. Yeah. Yeah. So says Bruce Campbell is great in it and everything he does. Yeah, the main reason to watch it is for Bruce Campbell. Andy Like Stuff says, what films would you love to go and see in the cinema that you missed due to age? So not being old enough to go and see it, or just not being born when it came out. I think stuff like Back to the Future would be amazing to see on the big screen. All those big classic films from the 80s, stuff like E.T., 70s as well. What about you, Scott?
Would love to send Rocky 3 and 4 at the cinema. I think they've been like really cool experience at time, to be fair, and yeah, just great. The original Dawn of the Dead, of course, probably John Carpenter's The Thing, and Back to the Future as well, when the original Karate Kid.
Oh, Karate Kid, yeah, that'd be a good one. I must admit, a lot of people have gone and see Enter the Dragon this year, and I would have loved to see that on the big screen. I bet that was amazing as well.
Yeah, that was probably really cool, to be fair.
What about you, Mike?
I would have liked to have seen Jaws when it first came out in the cinema, because I imagine that would have been quite a scary experience for a lot of people. And also probably Terminator 2. I have seen that in the cinema, but I would have liked to have seen it when it first came out, and not having any knowledge of it. I think that would have been pretty cool.
That's a really good pick there with Terminator 2, especially when it came out. Oh. And what about you, Andy?
Probably because I remember when it came out at the cinema, and I was too young to see it. I remember everyone I sort of knew who was old enough went to see it. It was probably Titanic.
Ooh, yeah. That'd have been good to see. Pretty much any Cameron film would have been amazing to see it on the big screen. Well, bar Avatar.
Yeah.
Frank White, The King of New York. Awesome. The suitcase scene full of tampons. Wait, what? Is this from King of New York?
I can't remember, to be honest.
An SFX company had taken children's films such as Home Alone, Star Wars, and Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory and made it into a horror fan's wet dream. That's nice. Bruce Campbell is a B-movie god. Absolutely. He always gives his all in these films. Marvel Fan says, I did used to have Home Alone 1 to 5 on DVD years ago. Before I traded it into CX, it was an Amazon exclusive, but I regret it now as it's now out of print. Oh, that's a shame, mate. But I'm sure you'll be able to pick it up again. Right, we have got... we've got Minhaji saying, has anyone played a game on the PS4 called Among the Sheep? You play as a baby, but it's a creepy horror game. Never heard of it. Anybody else played Among the Sleep?
Among the shit. Fuck yeah.
Probably is a shit game, to be fair.
Oh dear. I may buy that one. I hope you enjoy it. Bad Lieutenant says, who are your B-movie gods and goddesses? That's a really good question there, mate. I mean, for B-movies, it's hard to think. I mean, the only one I can think of is probably Bruce Campbell. I don't know whether Chuck Norris. No, he's probably more an action film than B-movie. What about you, Scott?
Not too sure, to be fair. Can't think of anything. Sorry if you can hear some background noise back away. By the way, it started to rain really heavy outside, so sorry if you can hear that in the background.
Hey, don't worry, mate.
I can't hear it, to be honest.
Yeah, I can't.
No, it's quite heavy, to be fair, so just thought I'd mention it.
Hey, don't worry about it. You hear loads of clatter and bangs around my place. It's always a sweet cupboard. What about you, Mike?
I mean, Bruce Campbell, definitely, but also Tom Atkins, for sure.
Oh, very nice pick there with Tom Atkins. Great actor. What about you, Andy?
I was going to say Tom Atkins as well. Just Season of the Witch, Night of the Creeps, Maniac Cop.
Just,
yeah, Maniac Cop, that's good.
Maniac Cop. Bruce Campbell and Tom Atkins are in them. Both, aren't they? What a great film.
Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, Lethal Weapon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Creep Show. There's just the list goes on. He's 80s icon, I think, that doesn't get talked about enough.
He's underrated for sure.
Very underrated, yeah.
You know, when he's always in the cast, you're always in for a good time. That's why I check out Night of the Creeps, mainly due to him being in it.
It's a really good film, that, to be fair.
Oh, great stuff. Can't you watch it all on YouTube, Night of the Creeps? I think.
I've never looked.
Not sure.
Oh. Is there a Blu-ray of it?
Yeah. Eureka.
Yeah. Oh, Eureka release. Oh, nice. I'll have to keep an eye out for that one.
There is a version with a slip as well.
Ooh, even better.
Yeah,
I still kind of liked it in The Fog. He picks up Jamie Lee Curtis, and then the next scene he's bedded her. What?
Yeah.
Tom Atkins is always doing that in movies.
Yeah.
It must be the tash.
Mustache or no mustache, he's
so with no tash. Wow. So he says Fred Ward was a good B movie actor. Yeah, Tremors and that. Good pick there.
I do like Fred Ward.
Isn't Tremors 2 coming out this month on Arrow 4K as well? Isn't Fred Ward in that one? Is it December? Is it?
I can't remember if it's November or December, but it's on the horizon.
I think it's November.
I think it's right at the end of the month. So yeah. Anybody going to be picking that one up? Tremors 2?
Well, I've got it from Amazon, so I'll probably get it in December.
You'll probably get it just before Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh dear. What about you, Scott? You getting it?
I haven't pre-ordered it, but I probably will get it at some point because I do really like the first film, to be fair, and I've heard the second one's pretty good, so yeah, I might get that one.
And Mike, I'm going to gather you pre-ordered it.
Yeah. I really like Tremors 2. It kind of feels a little bit like a Jurassic Park film instead of a Tremors film, but it's still really fun nonetheless. And yeah, you've got Fred Ward back in it. It's a shame Kevin Bacon isn't in it, but it's still good with Fred Ward.
Oh, great stuff. I do have the first one in the nice box set, so I definitely want to get this one because the artwork seemed to line up perfectly.
Yeah.
I'll probably just get it on Blu-ray, as that's what I've got the first one on. But those Arrow box sets are always a delight to get.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in Tremors. Yeah. Remo is a great B movie. I think it means Tremors is one of the greatest of all time. Yeah, Tremors is so much fun. Watched Reaper Man recently, but it didn't do anything for me. Yeah, we're not going to be talking about that, Peter, unfortunately. We don't talk about politics on the streams. They're movie streams, entertainment streams. We leave the politics to the politician, unfortunately. We have Edward here saying, do you think we'll get a release of an R-rated cut of Five Nights at Freddy's, or do you think we actually need it or not? But I did hear that Five Nights at Freddy won't get an R-rated cut. It's not getting an R-rated cut. Apparently, the release that's come out is the only one that they did. The game's only 12 plus, so I assume they wouldn't have been that violent, the more jump scares than anything. So, yeah, very much doubt it. If they're going to do it more violent, it'll probably be in a sequel, which no doubt will happen because of how successful it's been. Right, we have any other B movie classics you like? Oh, where's Scott? Oh, he's back. Hey, would you call Assault on Precinct 13 a B movie? I've never seen Assault on Precinct 13. That's one of Carpenter's first films, or is it his first film?
Second.
Dark
Second,
Stars
I
is
think,
first
yeah.
one, isn't it? Dark Stars is
Yeah.
first. I've heard that an ice cream truck scene's very iconic from it, but would you recommend the film, Mike?
Yeah, it's really good, especially considering it's one of his earliest films. But yeah, it's great.
Great stuff. Andy?
Yeah, it's fantastic. That ice cream truck scene's just jaw-dropping. But I'd say pretty much like all of John Carpenter's films are kind of like B movies in their own right, in a way.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like the alternative mainstream, and his movies are just so fun and entertaining. Even the bad ones, there's still like some enjoyment, entertainment to be had. But like when he's good, oh yeah, he's amazing.
And what about you, Scott?
Yeah, I would class it as a B movie, to be fair, and I also say it's absolute quality. Great film, love it.
Scott's seal of approval. I'm always now looking for Blu-rays and looking for the back of it, seeing if there's Scott putting his thumbs up saying absolute quality.
It's a second sight release as well.
Is it?
It is, yeah.
That's great to hear. Always great releases from them. Have they released it on 4K or just Blu-ray?
Just Blu-ray.
Maybe that'll be a future update release for them.
Maybe.
We've got Andy Lake stuff here saying, what actor, actress have you always wanted to meet? I mean, I'd like to meet like an old star of like Hollywood's definitely somebody like Clint Eastwood. I'd love to meet Michael J. Fox. I think he would be a brilliant chap to meet. What about you, Mike?
I'd really like to meet the entire cast of Fright Night, because I know they do a lot of conventions like together. And yeah, it would just be great to meet like all of them.
That's a really good one. I've seen like some conventions on YouTube with them, and they all seem to be very like friendly people and love talking about the film.
Yeah.
What about you, Andy?
Probably someone like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
And maybe when he was alive, probably Robin Williams.
Oh, that would have been really good. Really good, yeah. Great stuff there. What about you, Scott?
Probably Sylvester Stallone, just because he's one of my heroes growing up. So yeah, I'd love to meet him. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I think he'd be such a lovely chap to meet. I think he'd be really down to earth, even though he's such a mega star. He always has time for his fans.
Yeah, I agree, definitely.
What about actresses? None of us has mentioned actresses, so I'd say easy one for me, Anya Taylor-Joy, to the surprise of no one. What about you, Scott?
I think it'd be quite interesting to meet Mia Goth, to be fair. I think that'd be quite a good actress to meet.
Yeah. What about Andy?
Probably Christina Ricci.
Very nice, very nice. And what about you, Mike?
Probably someone like Michelle Pfeiffer or something, because she's probably my favourite actress, to be honest.
Yeah, she's a really good actress. Should be a nice one to meet. Great stuff. I I think I would, as I creeped out and it became a cult classic. What about the Warriors? Are they chatting between each other? Right. Bronx Warriors is good. New Barbarians. Tom Atkins quote from Night of the Creeps. Ladies, I've got some good news and some bad news for you. Your dates are here, but they're dead. Ah.
Yeah.
Linnea Quigley of Return of the Living Dead fame. Or is that the one I think it might be? Oh, yeah.
She's always getting a kit off in like everything she's in.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was certainly a highlight of the film, I must admit.
Got a dodgy Dave Bowie fucking looking weird haircut in that film.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bad Lieutenant says the tampon scene is when they opened the case, expected money for the drugs. They asked what tampons are for, and they're told they're for the holes put up before they shot dead. Oh. Okay. Sounds like a fun scene. Look forward to checking that one out in King of New York. Andy like Steph says, personally, I'm starting to think the last Halloween trilogy is a classic rewatch. All three music direction homages to previous films are all over the three films. Thoughts? I know in the opening they always have the title cards of the three films, and it's from 1, 2, and 3, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely. I suppose they do kind of feel a bit like the Halloween original trilogy. The first one is probably the best one. The second one is definitely more violent than the first, and the third one is definitely fan divided, like Season of the Witch. For me, wasn't a big fan of Halloween Ends, but Kills is kind of improved over the couple of years it's been out. But for me, I still prefer the first one, Halloween 2018. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I can kind of see where they're coming from with the three of them kind of mirroring those original three films. So yeah, I get that. I really like the first one. I think Kills is pretty decent. I wasn't the biggest fan of Ends, to be honest, but I've only seen it the one time. I need to give it a rewatch.
Yeah, same here. Andy, what about you?
I rewatched them on Monday night, and I honestly thought they all just kind of ran as one film for me, like one 3-act really long film, and I enjoyed them. I had a fun time with them. They're not amazing films, but they definitely have the Halloween vibe. Now, I don't mean they feel like the original John Carpenter film. They just ooze that Halloween, similar to Trick or Treat. They just have that great Halloween aspect to them. But I kind of see them as, I just detach them from that first film, and I just see them as one really big long horror film.
Yeah,
and they're fun movies. They're not perfect, but I get some enjoyment out of each of them.
Yeah, I definitely get that, and I think probably Ends will probably be looked upon in years to come with much more favourable thoughts.
I do. I just think it's such a weird choice to focus on a character who doesn't appear in the first two. I do admit that is a weird choice, but for me, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Well, it is subjective, and I'm glad that you enjoyed it. And quite a lot of people do enjoy it, so it's not like nobody loves or hates it. There seems to be a good camp for both of them.
Yeah, but I if someone said to me, I really liked 2018, I didn't mind Kills, and I hated Ends, I can completely understand that.
Yeah. Awesome. And what about you, Scott?
I haven't seen any of the new ones yet, so I can't really say too much, to be honest. But I've heard that they're some are pretty good. I've heard the first two quite good. I haven't heard great things about the third one, but I would like to know.
Oh, it'd be cool to hear what you think of that new Halloween trilogy, Scott. Hope you like them when you get round to them.
Thank you, Pete. Appreciate that.
We got Marvel fans saying I tried to find Home Alone 1 to 5 on DVD on eBay, but no luck. I don't think there's any sellers selling the DVD box set on Amazon, but I believe correctly, no copies are available to buy from CEX. That's a shame. You might find them in a charity shop or something, mate. You'll find it someday, and I hope you do. Minhaju says, what has been your most expensive physical media item added in your collection this year? I don't know. Probably an Arrow box set if we go by films. If we're going by video games, probably the Spider-Man game, as that was 70 quid. That is quite a fair bit for a game. What about you, Mike?
It was probably that Bruce Lee box set, but it was totally worth it.
Oh, that Bruce Lee box set looks amazing. They're releasing them separately, aren't they, in a couple of weeks' time on 4K, and I desperately want to get them. They look great.
Yeah.
And I think they'll line up more better with the 4K version of Enter the Dragon as well.
Yeah, they might do, yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Andy?
Oh, for me, it's the 4K steelbook set of the Rambo films.
Oh, yeah.
That bastard nearly wiped me out, but it was worth it when I got it in hand. But I still haven't watched the movies in 4K yet. I just haven't got around to it. But it was like I wanted the set with all the films in, and that's the only one you can get. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking do it. It's got to be done. So yeah, and it's beautiful. You get like a little signed little card in it from Sylvester Stallone.
Wow.
Oh wow!
It's printed, like it's not like an actual like thingy sign or anything like that, but it's just like a little printed message from him inside it. And yeah, it's a thing of beauty. The artwork on each steelbook's lovely. The three sides of the tin are amazing, and yeah, it's just a good looking set, worth the price.
I remember you showed us the tin set, and it looks amazing. It does.
The artwork on the discs are amazing as well, because you get both the Blu-ray and the 4K. They have the same artwork on, but I think the Blu-ray is blue and I think the 4K is red.
Oh, perfect. Nice.
Yeah. It might be the other way around, but yeah, it's just lovely.
Amazing. And what about you, Scott?
Possibly with Vinegar Syndrome box set for Roadhouse. I think I paid quite a bit for that, if I remember correctly. Can't remember the exact amount, but yeah, it was quite expensive, that one.
That's gorgeous.
It's a very nice release as well.
It is. Brilliant set. I do agree there, Andy. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Amazing film as well. Love it.
Yoy!
Yoy!
Great. If you can find it on Amazon, I think it's done unless you find it on Nintendo DVD, of course. Yeah. We've got Sorry saying Barbara Crampton is a good B movie actress. Yeah. Badger Tennant would love to meet Tim Curry, Tommy Wiseau, or Bruce Campbell. Three fantastic guys there. Yeah, definitely do agree with Tim Curry and Bruce Campbell. Edward says, what was the last movie or the latest movie that you thought you were really excited for and hoped to see? So what was the latest movie or latest movie that you were really excited for, hoped to see at the cinema? Basically, I would imagine. I don't know. And then the next one is, for me, I'm excited to see Napoleon. Last film excited to see at the cinema. I really don't know. The last film, probably Past Lives, and that was a bit meh. Or Talk to Me. I was quite excited to see that, and that was a bit of a damp squid. I was very disappointed with that one. What about you, Mike?
This is probably going to be a bit of a boring answer, but these days I try not to get too hyped up for movies, because I always feel like if I get too hyped up, I'll be too disappointed, because I always remember being really hyped to see the fourth Indiana Jones movie, and it was just the biggest disappointment ever. I felt the same with Dark Knight Rises. I was so excited for that. I didn't really like it. And then Force Awakens, I was really excited for that, and I liked it, but it was slightly disappointing. And I think ever since then, I don't try and get too hyped for movies. So a bit of a boring answer from me.
It's totally understandable, especially with how movies are these days with like all the big studios. I think with independent films, you're probably a little bit more luckier with them, but yeah, it's best not to believe the hype because I've been believing the hype of a few of these films and they have unfortunately been disappointing.
Yeah, exactly.
What about you, Andy?
Oh, it has to be hands down Last Jedi. I was pumped for that movie. I was ready to see where the next part of the story was going to go. The first one, Force Awakens, everyone was buzzing for that movie. We were excited for it, and when we watched it, it answered questions and it raised new ones, and we were like, "Oh, great! Where's this going to fucking go?" Do what a good trilogy should do and make the second one bigger, better, and end on a massive cliffhanger for that third film. Last Jedi turned out to be one of the biggest pieces of shit I've ever seen. It was soul destroying how disappointing that movie was.
Oh, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, that and Dark Knight Rises as well. I was hugely fucking disappointed by that film.
Yeah, that was a massive disappointment. I remember getting that on Christmas Day and watching it. I was like, "Oh, this is bad."
I can enjoy the Bane and Batman fight sequences in that film.
Yeah,
I think the choreography is fucking amazing in those fight sequences, but that ending's trash. It's fucking awful. If you like it, fair enough, but for me, I expected more.
I think The Last Jedi has to be the most disappointed I've ever been with a film. It was really sad, really, after all the hype, what was going on for 2 years after the end of Force Awakens. What were they going to do? How are they going to introduce these characters and what's going to happen? And then just throw it all away. And then you had Rise of Skywalker, which proceeds to shit on the fire.
I just thought as someone who likes movies and who is a movie fan, I thought the decisions taken in that film were just absolutely fucking insulting to the viewer. Because it just, why invest time in setting stuff up and then in the next film completely throw that away and just go down a path that was so uninteresting.
Yeah.
I just didn't get it. I just came out of the cinema going, what have I just watched?
For a lot of people, it killed Star Wars for them, and then Rise of Skywalker pretty much killed all interest in it. And they haven't done a new Star Wars theatrical film in ages, and I think it'll be a while yet.
But I know a lot of people say the worst one for them is Rise of Skywalker. But when I watched Last Jedi, I said, how can a third film in this trilogy be any good? It was already dead for me. It was all the expectation for the third film had gone. So I knew what that film was going to be like anyway. I was like, that third film coming out of Last Jedi, I immediately thought that third film's going to be a fucking mess.
Yeah.
Because
it's like, how can they do it?
It's trying to wrap things up at the end of the second movie of a trilogy. It baffled me how badly they dropped the ball.
Yeah. They tried to do an apology film with that, but put so many like winks and nods to other films, and it just was a mess.
Yeah.
They didn't know what to do. They brought back characters that should have stayed dead, but unfortunately they didn't. It's just an insult to Star Wars fans, and just proved how incompetent Disney was with the series. Hopefully, when they go back to bringing out films, they'll be a little bit more careful and release them when they're ready, not just to bring them out to make money.
Yeah.
What about you, Scott?
I can't remember the last film at the cinema that I was really excited to see that turned out to be disappointing, but I can remember watching two films that I was very disappointed in, and they were Blade Runner and Magnolia. I was really excited to watch those films. They had nothing but great things about them, and when I watched them, I was just so disappointed with both of them.
That's a shame about Blade Runner. You didn't like that.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. It wasn't the worst thing I'd ever seen, but it didn't much either, to be honest.
And I know you weren't a big fan of Magnolia at all, were you?
No, I really didn't like that film. It was just so weird. I couldn't get into that one.
Oh, that's a shame. But great answers there, Scott.
Cheers, Pete.
We've got Not Heard of Her, Mate. What's she been in? Barbara Crampton? She's been in an anime, hasn't she? Yeah, Reanimator, Chop 'Em All, and From Beyond. Great stuff.
I really enjoy all those films, to be fair. They're really good.
I think I've only seen Reanimator. And I love that film. That's a great one. Bad Lieutenant says, love Reanimator. What about Barbara Steele and the actress from The Wicker Man who played the school mom? Ooh. Sorry, says, I only took notice of Britt Eklund in The Wicker Man. I think most people did. You dirty sod. We've got Minhaji saying, I wish I'd bought that Bruce Lee Arrow Collector's set. The packaging on that is amazing. You get so much with that set and a nice hardback book. A little disheartened I didn't jump on that one and missed out, unfortunately. Gutted. Well, I did check a couple of weeks ago and it's still available on Amazon, so maybe worth checking on there. You might find it, but again, they are doing those standard releases with slipcovers and booklets on 4K in a couple of weeks. Got Ingrid Spitz. That's cool. Minhaju says, I think the most expensive physical I had this year is Spider-Man 2, the Psycho set, and the new Hellraiser set. I was looking at that Hellraiser set. It looks quite nice, actually, but the 4K edition is sold out completely. There's only the Blu-ray one going about now, so I'm surprised how popular it's been. Blood on Satan's Claw. Minhaju says, do you think we'll get Marvel Spider-Man 2 from Insomniac? I can't wait for it. I can see it possibly happening to go release last month. I don't know what you mean. The game is already out, mate. We got Andy Lake stuff here saying all the classic Doctor Who is now available on BBC iPlayer and there. Any old episodes you'd like to watch or old Doctors? My go-to is Genesis of the Daleks for Tom Baker. I think the third Doctor, John Pertwee, is absolutely fantastic, and there's some really good Tom Baker ones. I really do like City of Death. If you haven't checked that one out, Andy, brilliant one. But it's great to see some classic Doctor Who coming up for the 60th anniversary. Though, to be honest, I'm not that excited for it like I was 10 years ago. Kind of moved on now. Doctor Who isn't as good as it used to be. It's going to take a lot for me to get involved with it again. Minhaji says, anyone excited for Tom Holland's Spider-Man 4 in 2025? Hasn't even been announced yet, mate. Andy says, Matrix 3 destroyed me. Try Matrix the fourth one. That's pretty bad. Was it Matrix Regurgitations or whatever it is? Gary says, The Last Jedi is unwatchable. It's just shit. Yeah. MB22 was so hyped for the Many Saints of Newark, the Soprano movie. I haven't seen The Sopranos, but I know a lot of people were looking forward to the film. Have you seen it, Mike?
No. I've not seen The Sopranos either.
No. Andy, did you see the film show?
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of the show. I watched the show once and I kind of thought it was a bit overrated. I know that's a bit sacrilege, but yeah, I couldn't get into it the way I wanted to. And I thought the movie was all right.
And what about you, Scott?
No, I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen the show yet either, but really want to, though.
No worries. We got Sai here saying The Last Jedi ripped my heart out and burnt my soul. I think it did for many Star Wars fans. Bad Lieutenant says, I will show it in my opinion. I did like Rogue One and Solo though, yeah. 7, 8, and 9. Yeah. Problem is with The Force Awakens now, it is a bit tainted. You can't watch that film without thinking, what if they actually did continue it? It's a film that really doesn't go anywhere. And I can imagine that probably won't hold up very well. But I do agree, Rogue One is fantastic. The best Disney Star Wars film out there. Marvel fan says, cannot wait for the new Ghostbusters movie trailer. Yeah, Ghostbusters was originally going to come out this Christmas, but they've delayed it now to Easter, I think. Still don't know what it's going to be called. Apparently it's going to have a new title, but don't know when the trailer coming. But after the last one, really on board with this one. Absolutely adored Afterlife. What about you, Mike? Looking forward to the new Ghostbusters, and did you like Afterlife?
I actually didn't really like Afterlife that much. I found it a bit dull for me. For me, this new one, like I don't give a shit about the new cast. I just want to see the original cast, to be honest. And that was one of the reasons why I didn't really like Afterlife, because they only really showed up in the last 5 minutes. If this new one has the original cast in it more, I'll definitely watch it. But I don't know. I'll have to wait and see.
What about you, Andy?
Yeah, I enjoyed Afterlife. I thought, given the circumstances, they pulled off a pretty decent sequel with what they had to do. But yeah, I enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to the next one. I think it's going to be more based in New York again, and it's going to be the original cast, sort of like training new members or something, new Ghostbusters, from what I've heard. But yeah, I liked it. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah,
great stuff. And what about you, Scott?
I haven't seen Afterlife yet, but I will check out at some point, and I will watch the new one, because I do like the first film quite a lot. Don't mind the second one. Didn't like the 2016 one at all, though, to be fair, as to be said. But
There was
yeah,
one that
looking forward to
released in
watching the next one.
2016. I didn't know that one existed.
Yeah, no, it's bad.
Yeah. Minhaja says, when we get Spider-Man 4, which villain would you like to see for the fourth one? But it has to be a villain we've not seen. I would have picked Scorpion and Prowler, though I'm hearing Scorpions in it. I don't know what they're going to do for Spider-Man 4. I mean, I wouldn't mind them trying to put, like, Green Goblin in it. That'd be quite cool to see that universe's version of it, or even that universe's version of Doc Ock. I don't know. I'm sure whatever they'll pick, they'll be quite good. But I'll tell you what I would love them to do. I'd love them to get a live-action Miles Morales into that Spider-Man universe. I think it's needed. What about you, Mike? What villain would you like in Spider-Man 4? One with Tom Holland.
I don't know, because I feel like a new villain that we haven't seen. I feel like they've done like all the best ones. So yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe someone like Rhino, someone who can actually like have more screen time than when he got in that amazing Spider-Man 2 film.
The less than amazing Spider-Man 2. Hey, just give us more Jamie Foxx as Electro, please. He was great in No Way Home. What about you, Andy?
Yeah, I actually thought it was quite interesting the way No Way Home didn't have a new villain. It was there was no new villain in that film. It was just kind of like the situation was the villain. Well, if I had to pick like a new one that we haven't seen before, maybe Hobgoblin or Hydro Man.
Ooh, nice stuff. That's really cool. And what about you, Scott?
I'm really not sure, to be honest. It would be cool to see Rhino again, to be fair. I would like to see Rhino back, but other than that, I'm really not too sure.
I mean, I wouldn't mind them try to do the Venom storyline again, but I don't think that's ever going to happen now because we've got the Tom Hardy Venom. But I must admit, I'm enjoying the Spider-Man game, and they've got Kraven the Hunter in, And he's quite a cool little villain. But again, I think that's getting a film as well. So very unlikely he's going to be a villain in it. As long as it's not another girl power remake like the 2016 Ghostbusters. I think Spider-Man is the best thing Marvel Studios and Sony have. Do you agree? To me, Spider-Man is face and heart and soul of Marvel. Truthfully, he's an icon for Marvel. Yeah, like Batman for DC. He, even if you're not into superheroes, you know who Spider-Man is. He's probably the most well-known superhero of all time. So yeah. So Sony knows they're onto a good in there, keeping Spider-Man. Andy Lakestep says, I've watched Last Jedi 5 times in the cinema. Why would you? With different people and kids at the third viewing, I started to question stuff. I'm a Star Wars mega fan and I don't mind it. Well, I'm glad that you enjoyed it, mate. I mean, 5 times at the cinemas, one time was enough for me at home. But to watch it 5 times, that's true dedication there, mate. And I'm glad you don't mind it. 2016 Ghostbusters was a car crash of a film. You could say that. Minhaju says, would love to see Venom soon in the MCU, a proper Venom with the spider logo and everything we love about Venom symbiote, like monstrous Hulk look with the classic Venom look from the 90s. My favourite. Yeah, probably not going to happen because they've got those ones with Tom, whatever his name is. Edward says, what's your thoughts on the animated Doctor Who episodes or parts of classic episodes being animated? Do you think it ruins it? Not a huge into them, to be honest. Never really did much for me. I don't like the animation style. It always looks a little bit cheap to me. Now, we do have another guest in here. I am going to add them because I do think it's them. It's him. Hey, Night.
You bunch of cooks.
How are you doing?
I'm all right. How are yourselves?
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
It's good to see you,
I thought,
Nigel.
it's 10 o'clock. They'll still be on, so I thought I'd have a little pop in.
Yeah.
All the better for seeing this bell end.
Yeah.
Which one?
Oh, it's great to see
So,
you,
what have I
mate.
missed?
Well, I didn't know it was you at first because we've had a lot of trolls trying to join the stream, pretended to be other people, including you. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but it's been quite fun.
Didn't use me clown, did they?
No. They just used other people's icons for some reason. Bob blocked them all, even though they've been sending me messages as well privately.
Pretending to be the people.
Yeah.
Well, yes, you've got to give leeway for people with special needs.
No.
And they've probably got a bicep like Quagmire after all the wanking they've done.
But enough about that. How are you doing? You doing good?
I'm not too bad, mate. Not too bad at all.
Oh, that's good to hear. You've been watching anything good films recently?
I watched 5 for Halloween last night, but the video's uploading now, so I'll let you go and watch that yourselves.
Awesome.
Apart from that, I've finished the George and Mildred TV series, which I absolutely loved.
Yeah.
And now I've had this sent to me. Del Boy sent me this to go with it. The film, I didn't even know there was one.
Oh, the film's a lot of fun. It is.
Well,
So I think I've got everything now. I think.
Yeah.
I didn't. I knew there was like on the buses, and I think I knew there was even. I'm sure there was a Man About the House one and stuff like that, but I had no idea there was a George and Mildred film.
Wow, you didn't know that? I've seen it before.
No.
It's quite good. It's quite good. I'm pretty sure it's got the one who plays Hopkirk from Randall and Hopkirk.
Well, he was in some of the Carry On films, so I can well believe that.
Yeah, I think he's in it. It's a lot of fun. I quite enjoyed it. I've seen it a couple of times on ITV3, and I think it might be the final thing they did before You for Joyce passed away.
It is, because he was saying to me that they were going to do another series, but unfortunately she passed away. But the last series, I think, was 78, 79, and the film was 80. So,
yeah.
Such a shame. God, them two together are amazing.
Oh, they are.
I got it, and it's going to slip.
Creepshow 4K.
Awesome.
That's nice.
Oh, the relief when I seen it at a slip. I got this
I'll
off
be watching
Amazon.
that video later.
So 23, 24 quid on offer. I paid more than that for the fucking Blu-ray.
Really? Wow.
Oh wow.
It's stunning. The 4K of it's fucking lovely.
Is it?
Mm.
Oh god, yeah.
Have you seen the Blu-ray?
No, I watched the 4K on Sunday. I was just blown away by it.
Because the Blu-ray looks gorgeous, so I cannot wait to watch that. Oh, I'm just so really, because I was going to risk sort of getting one of the expensive ones from Stream Factory. I thought it means getting it shipped to an American address and then getting it shipped over here. It's fucking expensive. And I thought, just for a couple of posters and an extra slip, I thought I'll just risk it when I seen how much it was.
Mm.
So then when I seen that slip, I was like, oh, did you reverse your cover?
Yes.
Anybody who bought this? I think a couple bought this. Yeah.
I think 3 of us bought it this month, yeah.
Yeah, I got
Oh,
it.
that's a nice cover.
Have you switched yours on, Mike?
Yeah, I always do that. I like to have the best of both. Just have both.
Yeah, I do.
Mm.
Unless the original artwork is actually exceptionally bad. I have kept it before.
Yeah.
I just wish that somebody had used the UK quad artwork. That's my favourite of the lot. I absolutely love it. Where the creep's like leaning over the grave and creep shows in red down the grave. I absolutely love that image.
Oh, very nice. Great selection.
Ooh.
Watches. I'll have to check out your new video later. So what's that uploading now?
It's uploading now, yeah.
Oh, so be sure to check that one later. No,
I might have made a couple of mistakes and I might have pumped during recording.
Be sure to hear out for it.
So I might have pumped more than once. You never know. Just thought I'd put that out there just to forewarn you. I might be lying. I might not have, but I might have done.
But I did see Psycho 3 and really enjoyed it. Thought it was a really good follow-up. I'm looking forward to this fourth one because you like that one as well, don't you? The fourth one.
Yeah, it's so underrated and people slag it off, and I don't know why, because it was originally made for TV, but it did get a limited theatrical release as well. I mean, he's in it, but it goes back and shows you when he was younger and shows you like how his mother was with him and stuff, and it shows you how she died and things like that, which I thought was excellent. But then it brings it back up to date for the ending.
Yeah,
and I think it ends really good.
Oh, great stuff. Which version would you recommend? Because there's like 2 discs and there's different aspect ratios.
The cut itself's the same. It's just the actual aspect ratio. I watched the widescreen version. It looked amazing.
Oh, cool. I'll have to pick that one out. It's not a long film as well, is it? It's only about 90 minutes, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, great stuff.
You'll notice the DJ as well. I can never remember the actress's name. Have you seen Orphan?
No.
This woman's in loads of stuff. She's a black actress. Yeah, and she's one of them. She's one of them actresses where you don't really know her name, but you've seen her in loads of stuff. You'll recognise her. She's amazing. I love her.
She is really good in that film. To be fair, I do agree with that.
Yeah, she's fantastic in Orphan as well. She plays a nun.
Is she? Ooh, great stuff. But I did thought the 4K picture quality on 3 looked great. Some of the shots of the motel looked amazing. It did.
And I thought 3 had the worst picture of the lot.
Really?
And I think that looked amazing. Yeah, I just thought it was just a little bit more grainy than the others. But apart from that,
I haven't checked out the
I think it looked fantastic.
I haven't checked the first 2 out in 4K yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
I'm really intrigued to hear what you think about the 4th one.
Hopefully it'll be good. If so, it's a very good series altogether, all 4 films. But
it is. It's kind of what I've been saying to people. Did you like it as well, Scott?
Yeah, I really liked it. I thought it was great.
Such a good ending, I think, as well, for saying it was like supposed to be a TV film.
I agree, definitely.
Oh. Right.
Thing is, though, like when I watch the Friday the 13th, I always dread Jason X. Always. when I watch the Psychos, I look forward to every single one of them because I love all four.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully I'll like the fourth one. It sounds really good. The whole premise of it, of him worrying about his child having the same sort of like aspects as he does. Yeah. And a little bit more insight of his past. Oh. And you said that the ending kind of feels like a nice conclusion.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it does. I mean, there's the tiniest little bit at the end, and I don't think it's a. Oh God, no way! I just think it's more of a little homage to the mother to show you it's ended type of thing. Because like what happens at the end, you think, well, it can't have happened because of what happens just before it. You'll understand when you watch it.
Yeah. Oh, we'll watch that one soon. Yeah. Definitely a really lovely box set from Arrow. I'm looking forward to watching the first two as well on 4K. I bet the second one will look nice. I know the first one apparently looks really good.
I think the second one's probably the best one out of the transfers, to be fair.
Yeah, because I think the first one is just is it a universal release? They've just put on a. Yeah.
It doesn't even say Arrow like on the menu when it comes on, but they must have been given blank discs because the artwork's got Arrow's logo and everything on it to match the others.
And I've noticed when I put the Psycho 3 disc in, they've changed the Arrow video logo like thing now. Quite like the new one, actually.
They did that in that video store box set. That's the first time I've seen it.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah.
I've picked up a few ones since then, but I've never watched them yet. And I was like, oh, they've changed it. I quite like this new one. It's quite fitting. Great stuff.
I've got an Arrow one on the way from arrow.com. It's in the country now. I've had an email. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that it gets through all right with no customs.
Hopefully so. Oh.
Definitely.
So,
keep you posted.
Yeah, I'll look forward to
Awesome.
what it's like if it comes all perfect as well. Right, next up, we have Sai saying, I went into low expectations for Blade Runner 2049, and it turned out to be my favourite film of the 21st century. Wow, fantastic news. I can tell Nige is very... You've never seen
enthusiastic.
it, have you? Yeah. I haven't seen 2049 either, so I don't know what to say. But I did like the original. Definitely want to check this one out. Mike, have you seen this one?
Yeah, that statement is literally exactly how I feel, because I went into that movie with low expectations and it just blew me away. And it's probably also my favorite film of the 2010s. It's my favorite movie of the 2010s.
Fantastic. Some high praise there indeed. Great stuff. Andy, thoughts on 2049?
Yeah, I just think it's a visually stunning, cracking film. I don't like it as much as the first one, but I still think it is pretty good.
Brilliant stuff. And Scott, have you seen it?
I have, yeah. I actually really liked it, surprisingly, because I thought it was a lot better than the original. Visually beautiful. A little bit dull, a little bit in places, and a bit too long, but I still really enjoyed it overall.
Great stuff. Great stuff.
You liked it better than the original?
Yeah, I don't like the original.
It couldn't be any fucking worse.
Right, we've got apologies, I meant Spider-Man 3 game from Insomniac. My bad, eh? No worries about it. We've got Marvel fans saying, I don't like Star Wars. I have watched a few films 5-6 years ago. I watched Episode 1, Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and Solo. My thoughts on them, they're awful. Why have you watched the worst ones, mate?
I like the worst ones.
Yeah. Watch the original trilogy and Rogue One, then come back and say you're not a fan of Star Wars. Wow, jeez.
It's not very often I'm invited onto a stream and I cancel it. As soon as I do, look what fucking happens. Oh, Fatty's not on. Let's get the Star Wars questions in.
MB22 says, did you play Under the Waves yet on PS5? I haven't played it yet. I haven't actually picked it up yet, but I've been picking up some other games like Spider-Man. I picked up Dead Island and a few Switch games, but definitely is on the watch list. And with Black Friday coming up, I will keep an eye out for it. We've got Mac Chats saying, "Hey chaps, I'm late. Hope all is well." Hey Mac, hope you're doing well, my friend.
Hello,
Good
Matt
evening,
Chats.
Mr. Chats.
And Bad Lieutenant says, "Better late than never." MB22 says, "I watched the new Exorcist last night. Bit of a cameo appearance at the end. No spoilers for me though. Was the highlight of the film though. Won't be rewatching." Yeah, I'm not too fussed about that.
I haven't had one single person say how marvellous it is yet.
I haven't either.
No, I'm going to hold back. I've had enough Exorcists for a little while, to be honest.
I need to get it watched quick so that I can cancel my order if it's as bad as what everybody's saying it is.
Yeah, we have another special guest joining us. We have Dalboy here. So, hey, Dal. Hope you're doing well.
Hello.
Hello, Dub.
Hey up!
Well, Del
Hey
boy.
up. Hey up.
How's your ass for spots?
Hurts. Itchy.
Oh, you will remember to wash the dead skin and pus from underneath your fingernails.
That's soft, strong, and very, very absorbent. So,
That sounds like my Willie.
Christ. No, I'm not using thermometers. No.
But thanks for joining, Dalboy. It's great to see you
That's
back
all
on the
right.
stream.
Thought you could do with another bell end. Be all right.
It's great to see you back on. So, what have you been watching recently, mate?
Pawn!
Yeah, on my virtual headset. Yeah, boobies right in your face. Mostly stuff on TV. I tell you, there's a TV series though that's quite called Bodies. Don't know if you guys have heard of it.
Nope.
It's about a body that's found. It's about a body that's found in 4 different time zones. So once in 1950 something, then 2012, then 2024, and then 2056. It's the same body. Nobody understands what the hell's going on. Quite good. It's on Netflix.
Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix. That's quite good. Film-wise, I watched a lot of Halloween stuff yesterday. Creep Show and From Beyond the Grave.
Oh.
And on Monday, what did I watch? I watched on Monday. Missing with Jack Lemmon. Is it Sissy Spacek? I think.
I've heard that's quite good.
That's a cracking film.
Yeah.
Never seen it.
I love Jack Lemmon anyway, and it was full of controversy when it came out because it's sort of based on a political story of something going on in a foreign country, obviously, and it's Jack Lemmon's the father of the daughter. Quite good. It's a very good film. I wouldn't want to give it away. Yeah, those are the ones that are the standouts that I've watched the last couple of days.
Oh, great selection of watches. I do want to check out that Missing. I've heard a lot of good things about that, and Jack Lemmon is a great actor.
And I believe the reason I watched that, was because it's in the sale that you published the other day.
Oh, Indicator sale.
For £5. For £5.
Oh yeah, I need to probably pick that up on that. Yeah, the Indicator sale. Some good titles there in the offer, 3 for $15.
Yeah.
We have Edward here saying, "What's your thoughts on the Transporter movies with Jason Statham?" No, not a fan of them. They're just Jason Statham vehicles. You know what you're getting. Not a big fan. Mike?
I've never seen them. I've got the third one on Blu-ray for some reason, but not the first 2. But I'm just not.
They did give the third one away with many Blu-rays back in the day for some reason.
Yeah, I think my parents, bought it for me for like Christmas or something, and I was like, "Why have you bought me this? I don't own the first 2."
Because they're clearly fucking it.
Yeah, I've never had any desire to watch them, so yeah.
No,
I've got to warn up here. When I read that, I thought it said Transformer. Blind bastard.
What about you, Andy?
They're entertaining, but they're kind of forgettable.
Yeah. What about you, Scott?
I've seen half of the first film a long time ago, and yeah, I thought it was shit. To be honest, really didn't like it at all.
You seen them, Nigel, or not?
No, thank you.
Nope. And Dalboy.
Saw the first one. That was enough. Be quite honest.
Right. We got.
So our thumbs up rating is no.
I'll stick with The Exorcist 1 and 3. Oh, you've missed 2 out of that Bad Lieutenant.
How can you miss 2 out? It's a timeless classic.
It is, yeah.
Best film ever made.
Actually, over YouTube, have you noticed that there's so many reviews saying, "Is it really that bad?" I must have seen more Exorcist 2 YouTube videos the last 5 days pop up on my YouTube recommend list. And I went,
There's only one way to find
really
out. Watch the fucker. You'll make your own mind up.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, if you say you like it, you're lying.
I just like all the different icon pictures that they've done for it. You know, with Richard Burton with a head strap on going or something. You know,
if you can fathom out the storyline, I tell you what, I think you've passed a fucking degree. Because I don't have a clue what's going on with it.
Is there a story in it?
I don't. There can't be.
It was just a mess.
Well, he's a priest and there's locusts. What more story do you want?
I got a funny feeling that they wrote the script and some wind came along and blew all the pages into a weird order. And they just picked them up and said, "There you go."
Linda Blair sat there with these things stuck on her head.
Well, she got a seatbelt on her head, didn't she? And they're doing like
but no apparent real
things to her.
Long click.
Every trip. I knew that was coming.
I wish I was.
Exorcist 3 for the win, lads. Yeah, great film.
I need to get that watched.
Yeah. We got Mac Chat saying, currently watching Morgan Stewart's Coming Home, a damn good 80s comedy with John Cryer. He's a horror film nut in it, so with lots of horror mentions in it, it's a nice little hidden gem. Never heard of it. Heard of it, Mike?
No. I've heard of another movie called Coming Home. I think it's the one with
John Voight.
John Voight, yeah. But no, I've not heard of that one.
No. Andy?
No, I've only heard of the John Voight one.
Yeah. Scott?
Never heard of it before.
Nige? And Dalboy?
Just the John Voight one, I must admit. Never said the John Cryer one.
We've got MB22 saying, anyone seen a film called Gladiator with Cuba Gooding Jr.? Boxing film with Brian Dennehy. Worth a watch if you haven't.
Oh.
Never heard of it. Mike
Great
Slarkin?
film, that one.
You've seen it, Scott?
Yeah, really good film, really underrated. Enjoyed it a lot.
Okay. I'm interested now. What about you, Mike? You seen it?
No, again, Gladiator. I know the Russell Crowe one, but not
all I know Cuba Gooding Jr. from is from the Disney classic from 2003, Snow Dogs. So what about you, Andy?
I've heard of it. I've seen the poster for it, but I've never seen the film.
Nige?
No. Can't say that I have.
And Dalboy?
Yeah, saw a picture on YouTube the other day. Haven't seen it. It was just so I know. So I think it was the poster. I think somebody was reviewing it, but I haven't seen it. No.
However, I have just thought of a film with Brian Dennehy in, and I haven't seen it for donkey's years, and I can't remember anything about it. All I remember is it's absolutely fucking amazing. It's him with James Woods, and it's called Bestseller.
I've heard good things about
I've heard of that. Yeah.
You get to see that. Get it. I used to. I can't remember. I used to have it on video. Did I rent it and copy it, or did we actually rent it out? What a film!
I'll have to check that one out. Add it to the
I
list.
don't know if it's got a Blu-ray release or anything, but if I find out it does, I'm going to have the fucker. 'Cause, oh, what a film. I forgot all about it.
Cool. Badlieutenant says, should they do a sequel to Rogue One, or is that tempting fate? Wasn't that A New Hope anyway?
Given how that movie ends, no.
Yeah. What about you? Sai says, what about end?
There's a new film called A New Hope, and it's A New Hope that there's no more fucking Star Wars bollocks gets released. What a bell end. Well, thank you, sir.
We've got MB22 saying, Peter, are you still after the Psycho box set? I'll hit you on Insta, but on my girlfriend's account. I actually did get the Psycho box set for my birthday. Amy got me it, and it's a wonderful set. It is. Oh, love it. And I'm looking forward to checking out the fourth one and the first one. It's been a while since I've seen the first one, and I imagine it looks amazing in 4K. And the book,
Why didn't you just start at the beginning like any normal person would?
Well, I ain't long watched the second one. I only watched the second one quite recently, about a month ago.
So?
I was more.
So you start at 3. You should, well, I haven't seen the first one for a while. No, I'll tell you what. I'll watch 3, 4, 2, then 1. Because that's normal.
Yeah, that's not too bad. To be honest,
It makes my fucking brain itch.
Oh, my brain bloody itched after The Exorcist 2. What did you put me through?
Hey, you fair warned.
Fair warned, I felt like climbing the fucking walls. I did. Jeez. That music. That's enough to make you scream. Oh, damn, the locusts. Riding the flying locusts. Oh my days.
Gotta do a double bill feature of Exorcist 2 and Jurassic World Dominion.
Oh, fuck me.
I'll take Dominion. I didn't mind Dominion.
Oh, Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World.
Two bullshit films about locusts.
Oh, but by the way, bestseller is on Blu-ray at $12.99 on Amazon.
Oh,
is that American or English?
English.
Really? Oh.
Wow, didn't even know it was out.
Wow.
Look, hang on. Just seeing if it's how many it says it's got in stock. One left in stock.
oh.
We're all gonna go for it now.
Is what it says.
Yeah.
Oh,
we'll unveil who got it in next month's fucking pickups video.
Yeah.
One of us is gonna go, I got it, you cunts. Yeah.
I've got the page open.
Yeah.
No.
I lied, it's shit.
Yeah, you don't want it. Don't want it.
Don't watch that.
Yeah, you don't want it. It makes your chin bleed. I would leave it alone.
Yeah, get Exorcist 2 instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got loads of those.
Much better film.
Yeah. I don't understand why there's so many copies of it. It's a truly exceptional piece of media. Not.
Yeah. It's exceptional, all right.
An exceptional piece of shit, yeah.
Except on the fact there's no bastard story.
No. It didn't even feel like an Exorcist film. It was like so totally devoid of anything. I felt sorry for Linda Blair, and I was like, "Oh, I got you back, poor girl."
If I'd have been one of the heads of Warner Brothers and had to sit through that, I'd have went, and you can get that fucking thing shelved, and that director's getting fuck all.
But honestly,
I'll sack the bastard.
If you found out there was an Exorcist 2 that had been shelved, you'd be dying to see it.
Yeah, definitely.
I can imagine the real story. How much did we pay Richard Burton? Yeah, we better get it out, hadn't we?
Yeah.
I bet there was a lot of pissed off people at the cinema at the time when it went out.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That's why it took so long for the third one to come out. Was it 1989 or 1990?
George C. Scott, that
Yeah.
is, isn't it? That's George C. Scott,
Yeah.
the third, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I've only ever seen it once, and that was, like I said, it was back in the video rental days. I can't remember anything about it. But I did go on YouTube and look for that jump scare because I'm a shit house, especially where the Exorcist is concerned. And when I seen it, I was like, "Oh, Mrs. Can't you kind of like run cold a bit, don't you?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did see something
Make me
online.
scared.
It was on a podcast or something. They were talking about Exorcist and saying about the Exorcist 2, saying how it's the biggest pile of crap they've ever seen. But they said there was one movie critic that actually preferred it to the original. Some woman. She said the second one is not great, but it's better than the rubbish that was the first film.
And that reviewer is called Jamie Batman Smith.
Oh dear. Matt Chat's seen Gladiator, a great boxing film from the early 90s. Oh, okay.
I agree.
He's starving, and when he hit the woman, he was
Gladiator.
Oh wow.
Right. I'm hearing Ned is going to transform into the Hobgoblin, and there's Ned leaves
Spider-Man.
who does take the mantle. Miles could be in the MCU already with the setup being there with his uncle. Cool.
That's cheered Nigel at the end.
We got
sounds
something
like
about
he's cheated everybody up.
Uncle Aaron Davis was in Homecoming. He was mentioned. He has a nephew. He's also Electro mentioned that he's got to be another Superman out there. And Feast was also established in No Way Home.
Did you say Superman?
About the...
Say Superman.
Let's throw every hero into the show.
Did I say
just to really piss him off.
I thought
you can tell how invested I am. I didn't even fucking notice.
I didn't either.
I thought I said Spider-Man. I'm sure.
No, you said Superman. 100% you said Superman. Yeah.
How many fucking comments has this fucker put now about Marvel on her throat? Because when he does this, he gets about 8 in.
This is the last scene, but the Venom
symbiote
set up in No Way Home after Tom Hardy's Venom left it behind.
Everyone knows how much I like Spider-Man, but I'm keeping stum because, to be quite honest, I'd rather move to the next sort of questions than get into all that.
Right. Let's just say a little get well soon to the absolute legend Mondo Chelovek movie. Seems he's in the middle of the house scare at the moment. Get well soon, John.
Yeah, definitely. Get well soon, John.
Oh no.
Get well soon, mate, if you're watching.
Yeah. Take care, John. Hope you get well soon, mate. Really sorry to hear this. Oh yeah, more Venom. Yes, that is what you just mentioned earlier. We've got James here, Jim Jam Movies. Hey James, hope you're doing well, my friend. Thanks for joining.
James.
Hi.
He's also saying hi again. He's on about wars. We'll see about them. Right.
He means secret wars. Don't worry, it's just a continuation.
All right. Gary
fucking asshole out then.
Gary, have you ordered anything from the Indicator Cell? Not yet, but I will have a look. I did post up in the group.
7 pages there are. 7 pages.
Yeah, there always is. It's definitely much more better than the one they did at the start of the year. There's a few limited editions, and apparently this has been the most successful sale they've done, with a lot of limited editions selling out straight away. So I'll probably have a look and see what titles.
Yeah, well, as soon as you mentioned it, I went to the page and it says, "Look, because of the unprecedented amount of orders we've got, it might take a while."
They normally say that on the sales, but like never have.
No, it's true. I waited a while last time.
They normally say that, but like the amount of limited editions that have sold out this time, there's been like over 20.
It's so varied. That's what I thought. It's so very. They've even got a box set of those. Instead of being confession films, it's the adventure films. You know,
the Adventures
of a taxi driver.
There's
a box set there, 3 films for £21, and it's got a booklet in it. It's got all these extras. It even tells you where the director buggered off to, because he went over to the States to do movies, music videos. Also, I thought, I was reading this and going, that's a bloody good box set. Pity it's those 3 sex films that are shit. But,
Ryan's got the box set he has, Nige, for that one.
Has he?
Yeah, he ordered it. Yeah,
Off the sale?
yeah, he ordered. He had it. He bought it in the last sale he did for about 17 quid. He did.
Wow.
It is a very impressive set. The amount of work that they put into it, but for those films, like really. But
Yeah, Body Double was there and a load of others. The Wrong Box. What else was there? There was a couple of Hammers. I was
they
quite
do quite a few of them.
quite
They
good
do.
on.
Mm.
There's a load of Ray Harryhausen, you know, Sinbad, Gulliver's Tales. Those are all there that have been remastered. Yeah, quite interesting, quite good.
They do a good selection of stuff there, and for those prices, they are very reasonably priced.
Fiver, my God.
They're currently now in H&V, they're like 2 for 15 quid. So you actually get an extra one for the price.
Yeah.
There is one I do want to get, the Jamie Lee Curtis Road Games. Anybody seen that one?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yes.
Not bad.
I've got the Scream Factory one of that.
They've even got a Richard Attenborough film there. What was it? Young Churchill, which I know is a long film, which is very, very good actually if you watch it all the way through. But yeah, it's a bit stuffy because it's Richard Attenborough, you know. But that's a good one-time watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they do 10 Rillington Place. That's a great film. That's
the first one on the list.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Road Games is actually really good, but I don't think it's what you expect. It's really different.
Yeah.
Especially the fact it's like Jamie Lee Curtis and Stacey Keach in Australia. That part itself's quite bizarre.
Did she do that before Perfect or after?
Oh,
I think it was before.
I was going to say, I'm going to say before.
Yeah.
It was after Halloween, and I think it was after prom night.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I still need to see Prom Night. I bet that's a good slasher film now.
What's that?
Prom Night.
It is, but don't expect brilliance because there's a lot of disco dancing and stuff in it as well. But apart from that, it is actually pretty good.
Oh, My Bloody Valentine was there, I think, in that list.
That's a good slasher film.
I love the cover because it's that head with a knife going through it. That's the one, isn't it? My Bloody Valentine. It's got the head with the knife going through the mouth.
That's Happy Birthday to Me, I think.
Maybe that's what it was that was there.
Skewer.
Yes, it's a Happy Birthday to Me one.
Happy Birthday to Me. I just saw the cover.
That's a good film.
I remember that one.
That's a good film.
Because the other classic cover there was Body Double, and there's a number of covers that you just went, oh, that's because I know what that cover is, with the Venetian blinds and everything,
What about you, Mike? Anything you're thinking about picking up in the sale?
Not really. I think I've kind of got everything I want from Indicator. I think a lot of the rest of the stuff is just movies that don't really interest me, and also everything I've got from Indicator, it's all of it are limited editions, and I kind of want to keep it that way. I want to keep it consistent, so I don't really want to get any standard editions.
There's a lot of newer films, those Humphrey Bogarts and Maria de Treese and all of this sort of stuff. I was going, wow, these are all a bit, very, very, very sort of like clicky. You have to be sort of really into those, and there was a lot of them. It's like pages of them.
Yeah. Andy, anything interested in the sale?
No, nothing for me.
No worries. Scott?
Probably not. No, don't really fancy anything from Indicator sale, to be honest. But I'm going to head off now, guys, if that's okay.
No worries, Scott. It's been an absolute pleasure chatting to you, mate.
I can't go over that.
I'm not gone yet.
I had to get my voice ready, though, you see. Takes a second or two.
But yeah, no, I had a really good time tonight with you all again, like always, obviously.
You take care, Scott.
And I'll see some of you tomorrow as well on Mike's stream as well. We're looking forward to that.
Oh shit, is that tomorrow? I'm glad you reminded me.
Yeah.
I've been invited onto that. I got a message yesterday. Do you want to come on?
Oh, wow.
All right.
Great stuff.
10,
Such a
15
shame.
or
It's his last
something.
one. It's weird.
10:45
It
or
is, yeah.
10:15 or something.
We may all cry,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is final.
but then again,
stream.
we might not.
We'll see tomorrow, won't we? But yeah, see you guys. Take care.
Take
See you
care,
later, Scott. Man.
See ya.
Aye.
And then I was 5.
And off he's fucked.
Anything interested in the Indicate itself for you, Nige?
I'd seen you post it earlier. In fact, didn't I approve it in the Mondo group? But I'd had an email earlier on, I had a quick look through, and I thought a lot of it was a load of tat. But to be fair, I wasn't taking that much notice because I was looking, just like going and see if I caught my eye. I didn't realise there was some Hammer titles in there. So, I mean, I can have a look. I can't order it out, but I can have a look. But there's probably, I think there's 2 or 3 video nasties that they always reduce as well that I need.
There was a couple of Vincent Price ones as well.
What was that?
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Just love me some Vincent Price.
I
Yeah.
did actually pick up a Vincent Price film the other day, the Dr. Phibes one, the first one.
Oh, I should have gone both.
Oh, was the second one good as well?
Yeah.
Oh, Dr. Phibes, yeah.
I did read the second.
They originally came out as a box set with a booklet.
Did they?
It's like rocking out shit. Now I wish I had that.
I did read
Yeah,
the
you can
back of the
now.
second one, and it sounds really good, and it's got a good cast in it, because Peter Cushing's in the second one, isn't he?
Oh, I don't remember him being in it.
I don't remember him being in it.
I'm sure it says he's in it, or I probably got it mixed up with the first one, but I'm pretty certain he was in it, unless I picked up a different one.
The funniest thing
I don't
that
remember him
happened to
being
me-
in either.
Funniest thing that happened to me this week was listening to Nige talk about those golden vampires, because I saw that several weeks before I mentioned it on this channel, believe it or not.
Mm.
So it was probably the last time I was in. I said, I watched this weird Chinese vampire thing. And it's got Peter.
Peter Cushing and one of the sons out to bless this house. Plays his son.
When he was
Yeah.
talking about it, saying, I didn't believe it was all on set, I thought, I do, because it was really quite poor quality. Or the version that they were showing was pretty poor quality. Seemed to have a sort of yellow sort of sheen over it. But it was at the end, they're showing the dockyard of all the boats. And that's when I went, oh, it is. And it is set in China.
Said right at the end of the titles,
Yeah.
filmed entirely on location.
I was looking at all
In-
these British actors in going in.
Yeah, mental. Because normally you might get the odd little bit of stock footage and then they'll do the rest of Pinewood or something. But I was like, that land doesn't look like it's in England. And then when it came out at the end, I went, hey, fucking hell. But the Shaw brothers had something to do with it as well.
Batshit crazy film. And it's amazing that you think, what, must be about 2 years later he was in Star Wars, and then not very much longer he was gone from us. So, yeah. Game.
Yes.
That's an experience you might like it, Andy. It's different.
It's different.
It's like Dracula crossed with Bruce Lee. It's the strangest fucking conception, but I actually really enjoyed it.
It's as batshit. It's as batshit crazy as somebody coming up and saying Dracula in the jungle.
Is it a Hammer film, man?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Hammer one. Oh, I'll have to watch that one. That's one of the few I haven't seen. But have you picked up anything else in the Indicator Cell, Del Boy?
No, I picked up a couple of titles. I can't remember what I bought. I think one was the wrong box because it was Dudley Moore, and it's got Dudley Moore and Peter Cook and a number of famous sort of like British comedian stars in it. Peter Sellers is in it as well.
Ooh.
I did order Witness because I saw it the day before and I wanted it. It was a Jack Lemmon. But I'd already got things like China Syndrome. So, that sort of stuff was gone. I can't remember what the third title was. I think it was a Ray Harryhausen, just to fill it in, because it was free for 15 quid, which made it the £5.
Yeah.
Not quite sure. Sorry, I'm not
Oh,
quite sure
no
what the third one was.
No worries, mate.
Starring the late, great Gary Harris.
We've got Gary saying, "Is it the Witness 4K knowledge that's on the way from Arrow?"
Yes, yes, it is.
Oh, very nice, very nice.
What a film.
We've got Peter here saying, "Hey, Nigel."
Hey up, mate.
We've got Matt Chat saying, "What did everyone watch on Halloween? Watch my go-to creep show. Also seen that Argentinian horror film during the week, When Evil Lurks, which was pretty good. Some parts disturbed me." Well, that sounds good, mate. We did talk about what we talked about, what we watched over Halloween. You've got your video coming out soon, Nige?
It's uploading as we speak, yeah. It should be done
Yeah.
tonight sometime, so...
Yeah, so definitely go and check it out. And you watched some stuff as well, didn't you, Dalboy?
Yeah, I mentioned it a bit earlier on, so
Yeah.
just go back for 5 minutes at the end of this.
If that had turned up last night, yesterday, I would have watched that last night.
Ooh, yeah, that'd have been
I'm
good.
just so excited that it's here.
Yeah, mine's up there.
Looks like a perfect slip as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was a slip as well on that one.
Because if I were like popular Spain, I thought, watch mine not have one. Because I've seen them on eBay. People sell them in the States and that without the slip.
Mm.
I'm assuming they've just took them off then because, I mean, they must be getting low now because they only guarantee them for the first few months.
Yeah, they do, with slips. Anyone looking forward to Jason Statham and The Beekeeper?
That looks an entertaining film.
Really?
I think it looks entertaining. I really do. You know what I mean?
This is why I'm yawning now, because I'm not excited. I can't sleep with excitement.
I thought Nigel's big fuck off yawn says it all.
I don't mind that because I don't mind saying that sometimes a nice little popcorn film in January is quite what I'm looking forward to. You know, with a lot of glut that you've watched over Christmas, sometimes it's just nice to refresh the palate with just something that you can just sit back and go, God, there's not as fighting in this. And that's it. You know, not worry about
Watch it if Gary Harris did the soundtrack, Andy.
But yeah, I've seen the trailer. Doesn't do much for me. Have you seen it, Mike? The trailer?
No. I'm just quickly reading about the film. So he isn't actually a beekeeper, is he?
No.
I think it's I was gonna say, like, I could just picture like some studio executives sitting around a table thinking, what job profession can we do in a movie that we haven't done? Oh, I know, beekeepers. But yeah, I'm kind of disappointed that he's not a beekeeper in it, to be honest. That sounds like it'd be kind of funny.
The sugar grain counter.
Yeah.
The Royals jelly syndrome.
It sounds a bit like next year's Cocaine Bear. Like that type of film.
Yeah.
Oh, that film.
January palate cleanser or something.
We do have Marvel fans saying, to be honest, I don't really know at the time these movies were bad. I tried to watch Rogue One. I fell asleep. The first 5 minutes, god awful, so I decided to leave the Star Wars franchise alone. Sorry you didn't like them, mate. Edward says, what movies do you think would have been better as just a standalone movie instead of a sequel or a franchise? That's a good question, Edward.
McDonald's.
What did you think, Mike?
This might be a bit of a controversial one, but I'm going to say Halloween.
I was thinking the same.
Because I feel like, imagine if we only had that first Halloween and the way it ends, like just how much more iconic that ending would be if we just never knew what happened afterwards.
That's exactly how John Carpenter wanted it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I just feel like it would make the movie even scarier.
Yeah,
so, yeah,
I agree.
Even though I do like the Halloween series, but I think it would have been pretty cool if it just had that one film.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree too. What about you, Andy?
I'm going to say Kingsman, the first one.
Yeah.
The other films haven't even come close to living up to that.
Yeah, that does kind of feel like a one-trick pony with that series. What about you, Nige?
The Exorcist.
Yeah, that's another one.
Damn, do you know what? I thought he was going to say Jurassic Park. I got that wrong, didn't I? I got that
Jurassic
wrong.
Park as well. Yeah, I agree with that one.
Wrong. I'm going, bloody hell, how can I be so wrong all the time, man? I'm going, Jurassic Park. And he says Exorcist.
And what about you, Del Boy?
As much as it pains me to say, because I love all of the sequel films that are in this set, I think it would have been perfect if the original Planet of the Apes was just a singular film with the end of the Statue of Liberty, where you knew where he was, and that's the end. I mean, that's just the perfect end. It's the shock ending, and you just go, wow. None of this sending up another astronaut to find out what's happened and all of that stuff. Just keep that like there. Perfect.
I agree. I think all great answers there. I definitely do think Halloween or The Exorcist, definitely after the second one. Exorcist, cool. Just one film, that's enough. We have Gary here saying, make sure you grab Hussy from the Indicator sale before the limited edition goes out of stock. That's the one with Helen Mirren, isn't it, I think?
Yeah, that's there.
Yeah. They've been trying to ship that one for a little while.
I just noticed there's 2 Helen Mirren films there. That's all in that sale.
Don't read that sentence too fast.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure you grab Helen Mirren's pussy, the film Mussy on Indicator.
I was going to say that pussy's going straight in my basket. Oops.
Indicator pussy? Indicator pussy? What was it? Left side ear?
Going straight.
Oh, dear Lord. It's going straight in my basket. And I'm going to carry it with pride.
Is it on budget?
Swinging it from side to side.
Oh, dearie Lord.
I like Brian Dennehy in Effects. Yeah, Effects is a pretty good film.
I've got it, but I need to watch it.
I remember FX2 more than I remember FX, to be quite honest. But I do know it was a good film. I remember seeing it.
I haven't seen the second one yet, but I do have like the double pack with them in. Marvel fan hates Star Trek as well. I ain't going to be bothered with Aliens and Predator films. Apologies for anyone who likes these stuff. Hey, no worries, Marvel fan. We all like different things. He goes a bit more on about the Spider-Man universe. Yeah. I do think a shambles happening over Marvel Studios. I don't think Peter Parker is their Spider-Man, but instead Miles Morales will be. Nige, I bought M3 Gun on DVD cheap on your recommendation. Really enjoyed it, even though it kind of contravenes Asimov's Three Lords.
Asimov's.
Yeah, but why do you pick up on things like that? Yet you don't pick up on things like people who fly with red capes. Contravenes the fucking laws of humanity. We can't fly. Just enjoy the bastard thing.
We haven't fully evolved yet. How do you know we're not going to fly?
We could do.
Because it would have fucking happened by now. Same reason that we haven't been on the moon yet.
Not at all. It's taken quite a few to get to here.
I've sat through both cuts of Exorcist 2 and they're both shite.
There's 2?
There's 2.
Oh, fuck. Do you fancy watching the second one, Andy?
Do I fuck?
Do I say that as a no? Thank you.
One is enough. Jeez.
I thought you said yes then.
I don't think
two cuts.
So what is it?
The
unrated cut's got more locusts.
I was going to say, does it contain 50% more locusts?
Do you think the director watched that film? He watched it when it was done and he went, you know what this film needs?
More locusts.
More locusts.
More credits.
It needs more hussy.
Well, the best thing about that film was the old Warner logo, and then it just goes downhill from then.
It was the end.
I do like the ending when it goes back to the house.
And Ennio Morricone's score.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the score.
I don't
It's
know
the best
about
part of the film.
some of the score did my bloody head in, gave me a fucking headache. I was a miserable old fucker after watching that.
See, who says you can't pay?
I think every fucker was. You're not special, you know.
I was like,
I have
this
yet
ain't
to
gonna-
meet somebody who says, "What's your favourite film?" Oh, Exorcist II: The Heretic.
Hmm. I
If
don't
it
know
is,
how
let us
he-
know if it's your favourite film.
I don't know how he went from.
We'll be
like,
waiting till next week because then somebody will come on and say it.
I don't know how we went from all those good films like Deliverance and Point Blank to this. Oh, jeez. So we have Edward saying, "What's your favourite teen movie?"
Oh,
Ooh.
Breakfast Club.
I still haven't seen it. I suppose a teen movie, John Hughes, Weird Science. I love that film.
yeah, Weird
Well-
Science is a good answer.
What about
Mine's
you?
Gregory's Girl.
Oh, Gregory's Girl. What about you, Mike?
American Pie.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
that's a good one. And what about you, Del Boy?
Yeah, I was trying to think because those are the best ones. Because I think St Elmo's Fire is 20s, isn't it? 20 something.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll have to come back because I think the best ones are gone. Honest.
We've got Bad Lieutenant, Jamie Batman Smith. Exorcist 2 is a masterpiece.
Exorcist. Somebody's trying to actually put that in right there. Exorcist.
It's his favourite of the franchise. It's his favourite McDonald's film.
John Dorman, I've got a fever, and the prescription is more locusts. Good night, guys, says Marvel fan. Good night, Marvel fan.
Good night. That was very abrupt.
Yeah.
Excelsior, sir.
Gary says, what films do you want the most to release in 2024 in 4K? I want a special edition of Manhunter. That would be cool. Mm. Mike, what would you like to get released on 4K in 2024?
Dirty Harry.
Yes.
Planet of the Apes.
Oh, good call.
Well, Planet of the Apes will probably never happen because it's fucking Disney. So, yeah.
Awesome. Add to Dirty Harry the Lethal Weapon films. I think that'd be brilliant to get a 4K box set. What about
I have no idea how Dirty Harry isn't already out.
even just the first one on 4K makes perfect sense.
Absolutely baffles me.
I'd buy them in an instant.
Yeah. If they did a nice 4K box set of all fives, yeah, definitely. Even if it is something like 80 quid, it'd be worth it because what a great selection of films. Even the last one isn't great, but it's still a lot of fun. And Andy, what about you?
We're getting it anyway, but the Hitcher.
Yeah, great stuff. Nige, what about you?
Watch it down. And I know it's never going to happen in a million years, but I would love to see the Great Rock and Roll Swindle get a 4K release fully up.
Yep.
And a box set of the Elm Street films by Scream Factory.
Oh, an Elm Street 4K box set is desperately needed. At least the first one on 4K. Why ain't they done nothing with it? It's unbelievable.
No idea. It doesn't make sense.
What about you, Dalboy?
Well, I think we're getting True Lies and The Abyss, aren't we? So that's something to look forward to. If you like those types of films, I know not everybody will. I'm just trying to think as a real classic one that I'd like to see in 4K, and I had it in my head and it went. So I'm just going to say those two. That I'm just happy that those are coming out. I mean, obviously Hitcher is top there, at the top. Hitcher, you know.
Yeah. Awesome. So next up we've got Minhaju saying, Pete, I'm so glad I cancelled Guardians of the Galaxy for 33 quid because I only have just seen on Gamers re-releasing it. It's currently pre-ordered for 15 quid. Why is it coming out again? Probably because it's just a code in the box. Go on Amazon. Oh, you've gone on Amazon. Well, go on the game collection. Their game collection, it's a tenner on there, or 15 quid. Go on there and order it there. Free delivery, Minhaju. So he says, I just went onto IMDb to see if anyone's given Exodus 2 a positive review. Believe it or not, someone gave it 9 out of 10.
April Fools, somebody must have done that on.
Well,
sorry about that, guys. I had to give it something.
Well, there's quite a few people on Letterboxd give it 5 out of 5, and I sincerely really like it. So I don't know what they see in it, but fair play to them.
They're lying their ass off.
They say all film is art, but that ain't. That's fucking shit.
Rita Sue and Bob too.
Rita Sue and Bob too. On Blu-ray, 10 quid. Get in. Can't wait. Thinking of getting the Alan Clark box set on order. That works. I like that. Yeah, that's been out on Blu-ray for a little while. Rita Sue and Bob too. Never seen it before.
A long time since I've seen that film. I just went, oh God, I remember that.
I've had that a few years, the Blu-ray.
I've seen it going about for quite a bit cheap on offers. So
it's so funny.
Yeah. Never be made today, that film, though.
No.
The music in it's great as well.
Yeah, great by Mac. One of my favourite films of all time. Rita Sue and Bob 2. Yeah. Long time since I've seen it. I bet can't wait to watch it. Would like to see both versions of Scum released on Blu-ray. Yeah, that would be good.
If they'd have put that TV play version in that indicator box, that would have been the ultimate version.
Yeah, Matt.
I thought of the one that I'd like in 4K, and that's How the West Was Won, 4K.
Oh, that would be good.
Because that one was where they used 3 cameras and stitched them together. That would be immense in 4K.
That'd be a really good one. And that is the final comment.
Huh?
Yeah. Wow. We're at the end of the comments, just over 3.5 hours, and it's been a great night. So thanks ever so much to the 20 people watching at home. It's been a lot of fun. It was great to have Scott back on the stream, and thanks as always to Andy and Mike. And it was great to see Nige join late on in the evening, and having Delboy come on as a surprise guest as well. It's been a long time, mate, and it's great to get you back on the stream.
Loved it.
Yeah. Wow. Thanks
especially that bell end there.
And he pointed the right way.
Yeah. I've actually pointed the right way this way. I'm pointing at the fridge now. But yeah, we've got Sai saying no night, guys. So thanks ever so much, everybody, for watching the stream at home. Thanks to Andy, Mike, Scott, Nige, and Delboy. Everybody's links will be in the description down below. So go and subscribe to all their wonderful channels. And we'll be back all again next week at 7:30 for another Wednesday night movie live stream. So you take care and see you all soon. Night.
Night.
Ta-ta.
Bye.
Bye.